All right, no intro at all because I just looked over and saw that it was 6 seconds until time, and TikTok just showed up. Skin your teeth. All right, tonight is our live stream of Horde Wars. Welcome to everyone all three of you who are watching right now. As always, DM Blackwall is gracing our screen to run us through a cool game of Horde Wars post TPK. Luckily, the character known as TikTok was not there, so he escaped. Either he escaped a TPK or he caused it by not being there.
Take 6 and 1/2 dozen of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are not mutually exclusive ideas.
Right. Alrighty, so take it away, DM Blackwall.
As you may recall, most of your characters died horribly. Now, was it possible to win that fight? I think I can safely say yes. However, getting split up, having one of you mind controlled for a while, that sure didn't help.
No.
And the lack of one of your what's the word I'm looking for here? Braver frontliners. That's the word. TikTok has a low sense of self-preservation from what I've seen, and that's all right.
You only live once, man.
So TikTok has gone out and hired some mercenaries to help avenge his fallen friends and hopefully claim the loot of this next area in the dungeon. TikTok has, by virtue of outliving everyone else, effectively become the patron of the party.
Yes.
Now, so Tim, is there anything that you would like to do? We already had you give... Oh, we lost him.
I guess he's not doing anything.
So Tim will have hired you poor bastards to go in alone. Unless he rejoins us.
Thanks for the money, dude. We're out.
There he is.
Right.
Hey.
Sorry. Getting used to this on my phone. Hit the wrong button. Still having computer issues, so.
Understood. So, Tim, is there anything that you would like to do as far as the treasure you've retained? Because most of the party treasure, other than some cash, wound up in the dungeon with their corpses.
Oh, jeez. I don't think so. I don't think there's anything pressing that I was looking to buy at the moment.
Okay. I had you pay each of the new characters out of the party loot some money, so they had a little bit more starting gear than they might have.
Yeah, you had to pay out of this for our loyalty.
Yes.
Every adventure.
So except my character, is actually a clanmate to Durkhan, and they all have similar skill sets. And in his case, an identical skill set.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hurry, hide behind the pile of dead Durkhans.
Oh. Well, his name is not Durkhan. It's
for
also
those of you who are either highly skilled or have never played a role-playing game that takes combat seriously, what Joe means is that he essentially wrote the word junior after his previous character's death on the character sheet. In this case, he did come up with another name, but it's actually a really good time saver. Liked your character, and they died, and that's a good thing. But if you've never experienced that, just so you know, that's a thing you can do.
Yeah. The other thing is with all the people changing their characters around, we lost a lot of stealth capabilities. So if I had gone the full wizard deal like I was thinking about doing, then we would really be down a lot of stealth. And then there's a lot of treasure on the table if we succeed in taking out the what's the new name of the...
It's the Greater Aberration.
The Greater Aberration.
Yeah.
If we do succeed, there will be a lot of treasure that would be less useful in other people's hands.
Yeah.
Than an assassin. So.
Yeah. Now, Randy, you want to tell them about your new character and your hiring for a vengeance mission?
Arian's He's a hunter, kind of a loner that lives on the edge of the Witchwood and also in Grimstead. He is a second cousin. Was a second cousin to Dominus. I'm a believer in the Creator. I'm just not as devoted and orderly.
Mhm.
You would probably find him. He's probably pretty hard to be around. I probably, in the sense that I probably bathe once a week at most, and I tend to be off of my own lot. But I heard of Dominus misfortune through TikTok, and I said I would love to help. Could use a few things. TikTok was kind enough to give me a little bit of money I didn't have, and I told him I would pay him back though.
That makes sense.
Just not right now. I don't have the money. I got nothing.
Totally pay you back later.
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
So Aryan.
Arian, yep.
So, are you an Aryan or just?
I'll never say. I'll never admit it. Of course. Yep.
All right. And then, Brian, you want to tell them about your character?
Sir Charles Brown. He is a human crusader knight. He was in the inn in Grimstead, or the tavern, when TikTok showed up and told him the story about what happened to the party. He has pledged his sword to help out. He's joining TikTok to go take out the greater aberration and
Yes.
and complete the quest.
And Larry, how about your character?
My name is Rebar. I'm actually an associate of Thogbar. We were in a group of assassins together. We called ourselves the Bar Association. Hence, all of our names end in bar. Thogbar had actually sent me a letter describing what he was doing in this area. So I was on my way here anyways, and luckily met TikTok. So I'm also aware that Jenny had a deal with Thogbar. So I'm going to see about continuing that agreement.
Well, then I have perhaps an obvious question. How does your character reconcile being a crusader in service of the Creator with being affiliated with assassins?
Well, there was some bad blood between us. I did some work that I probably shouldn't have, and ran into a foul of some higher ups in the kingdom and whatever, and decided to become an assassin. So I went rogue.
Wait, are you an assassin or a crusader?
No, I'm a crusader, but
Oh, okay. You're a killer.
We're going to have, it looks like, interesting footage of Tim throughout, and
Yes.
that's hilarious.
It looked like he was looking into a bathroom stall for a moment.
It did.
he probably wasn't.
No, actually, we have been camping in our yards. So I am in my camper and I'm trying to find a comfortable spot.
Oh, I thought you were still at the hospital because you were still in your scrubs. Why are you in your camper instead of your house?
Because the kids want to be camping.
Alrighty then. That's a reasonable answer.
I don't know how old the kids
That's all
are.
I got.
The option of leaving them in the camper.
I mean, yeah.
All right. So, I believe it should be pretty easy for you guys to make it to the dungeon. We are talking about, assuming that TikTok has retained access to sufficient horses. I'm gonna guess they're probably draft horses at this point because he probably couldn't afford to replace any downed war horses.
Yeah.
Assuming he gets some draft horses, though, that would mean we're talking one skill check for the group to try to avoid random encounters on the way to the mega dungeon.
So everybody rolls survival.
So you're talking survival, stealth, intuition, investigation.
Survival.
Got 4.
I got a 7.
Okay.
6.
I got a 9.
I think
TikTok succeeds. Larry?
4.
TikTok is the only one who succeeds. All right. Well, in that
Oh,
case,
I can. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I can shoot. I think I got this. Is this one of those? No. It's not one of those abilities that lets you succeed where you have failed type of deal.
nope. Nope. There's a magic item or two you can find that'll mess with these, but I don't believe you guys have access to them at this time. So,
And plus, just me succeeding wouldn't change anything.
correct. So, go ahead and we'll just go around. I've got Joe at the top of your turn order. So, Joe, go ahead and roll. Let's see here, a D4 for the number of encounters you have found.
All right. Maximum punishment. 3, almost.
We'll see if we get to the dungeon today. 3, okay. You get that over here.
I've got a backup character. I'm ready.
Yep. Randy, go ahead and roll D20 for what our first encounter is.
I'm going to shoot right in the middle, going for an 11.
Going for an 11. Okay, you're going through the forest in 11. Okay. Brian, go ahead and roll 2d6 for how many?
7.
All right, we got 7 of the wolf type of beasts. Let me scroll down to those. And Larry, if you could roll a d6 for starting distance.
That would be a 3.
All right, so they're at short range initially. Roll for turn order.
13.
14.
9.
1. Let's hope we don't see many of those tonight.
And what about TikTok?
He's muted.
That is a 9.
All right, sounded like Brian, you did 14, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like Brian is top of round. So it would go. So Charles Brown, TikTok, Wolves, Ozilkron,
Yes.
Arian, and Rebar. So Charles Brown, try not to let Lucy trick you. What do you do?
Charles Brown is going to engage the wolves with
Yep.
shield and axe.
You rolled for 7 of them, correct?
Yeah.
As you go forward with your shield and axe, you are currently mounted on a draft horse. Would you like to dismount or, unless you have your own war horse, you could mount it on that then.
Which I do.
Okay. You're going to be riding up on your war horse to attack?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll ride by and attack him.
All right. So you see that there are, I'm going to roll for it. Only one. Okay. So there's a single gray wolf accompanied by 6 white wolves.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll go straight for the gray one.
Okay.
Or around until I can get to him.
Yeah.
I'm swinging silver war axe. Heavy weapon does a 13 hit.
Yes.
8 damage slashing.
Cool.
If
That hurts
it's
it
a
pretty
monster,
badly. It's a beast.
okay. Second attack.
Yep.
That is a critical hit, natural 12. I rolled a 5 for my first die of damage.
Okay. What's your total?
Second die of damage for critical, 10.
Okay. And then you're doubling it?
Correct. So that would be 30 total.
All right. You cut down the gray wolf. 6 white wolves remain. And we are on to TikTok.
Okay, I will dismount
Yep.
and go forward with my rapier.
Okay. You will be
Uh,
out of movement before you reach them, though they will reach you on their turn if they choose to.
Okay. I guess I could go with my bow,
Yep.
but it's silver instead of bronze, so not as good. But you know,
Is it a short bow or a long bow?
short bow.
Okay. It does an extra die the
And
first
that,
round at least.
right. So that'll be 8 to hit.
That'll hit.
Right. And 7 damage.
Okay. And that's 2d8, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. I have the damage recorded. And then if you would, please, here, please roll your second attack.
Okay. And that's going to be a 10 to hit.
That'll hit.
I still get the extra die for this one?
You do.
The first round? Right. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. 10 damage that time.
Okay. And then, are you an assassin? What's your careers?
I am a priest skald.
Priest skull. Let me think. Okay. Cool. So that's it for your turn then?
Yep.
All right. Wolves go. One is wounded twice by arrows from TikTok. So he and one other wolf are going to go after TikTok, howling at one another about the injury you have dealt them. So rude.
Liars.
They're moving to flank you, and so I have a 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a 7 to hit and a 9 to hit from the first wolf.
The 9 does hit.
Okay. And then the second wolf, I have a definite miss and then a 13 to hit.
Okay, that hits as well. So.
Okay, so 2 hits. Neither was a crit. So first hit is for 5 piercing. Second hit is for 8 piercing. And if you have protection, you would be taking half damage.
All right, got it.
And then 2 wolves will be going after Sir Charles for the same reason. He's been swinging at them and killed one of their companions. In fact, he killed the smallest and weakest wolf among them. The bigger, stronger ones are not happy about this. I have 2 natural 11s, so no crit, I think, but I'm pretty sure I hit there, Brian.
I'm going to use my paladin ability to absorb it.
Yep, so Paladin will absorb 1. Anything I should know about the other?
I have a shield block for the second one.
Okay, then I will roll the 2 attacks for the other wolf. So you've absorbed and blocked from one of the wolves. The other wolf will also attack, and I have a 5 and a cocked die, which was a 9. So I have a 9 total to hit and a 13 total to hit.
13 will hit if they're attacking me and not the horse.
Correct, they are. They're trying to grab your leg and pull you off.
Okay.
8 piercing damage from that attack.
Okay.
The remaining 2 wolves will go after one will go after the horse that Joe's character is mounted on, and one will go after the horse that Randy's character is mounted on.
Meanie.
Yes. Now, let me look at their movement a sec. Okay. So they are moving into a position, and let's see. I have a solid miss and then a crit on your horse, Joe.
Okay.
And a quick pull that up. Now you do have the statistics for a draft horse in your copy of the book, but in the event you guys don't have quick access right now. Just quick scroll to it. You've got 18 hit points protection from blunt. I rolled, that's pretty good for you. I rolled 2 damage, doubled is 4, so 4 piercing, and the horse has its speed reduced to 0 until the end of the wolf's next turn.
That's my horse or Randy's?
That's your horse.
Okay.
And then Randy's, I have a 8 to hit, or no, a 6 to hit and an 8 to hit, so a miss and a hit. The hit is for 10 piercing on your horse, which puts it down to 8 hit points. And both horses, as they are draft horses, need to roll a willpower check.
That'll be +0. +0 for my horse.
I rolled a 2, so that's a failure no matter what.
Yep.
I rolled a 6.
Okay. Joe, your horse is attempting to flee for the next 4 rounds.
It can't,
However,
because it can't move.
This round, it cannot move.
Yeah.
But you can tell it's panicked, and the only reason it hasn't run off is the clamp of the wolf on its leg. Randy, your horse is panicked and will be running for the next 2 rounds.
Okay.
That is it for the wolf's turn. And we get to Joe. Joe, your horse would be bolting, but it can't right now. You might want to get off soon.
Going to get off at the moment. Yes, right now, immediately. And all right. So what if I wanted to like dive off of the horse onto the wolf?
Yeah.
On a maneuver with my neat little dueling dagger of assassination. Does that help me out, or do I need to make a roll? Or
yeah, you would need to make a roll to pull it off successfully. You're probably looking at athletics or riding.
Okay, we're not going to do that then. We're just going to. Well, no, I'm just going to go for it.
Sure.
I'm just going to go for it. If it doesn't work out, I'll faceplant or something. 10 on the die.
You are successful. You managed to launch yourself off the horse at one of the wolves. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
All right. First one is 9 and 12.
Okay. You are aiming for an 8, so you've got 2 hits.
2 hits. Good deal. And this is these are beasts, right? Not monsters.
That's correct.
But this is the assassination weapon, so I get an extra die anyway.
Yep, for the first round.
So 2d6 for each hit. $14 altogether.
And is that slashing or piercing?
Piercing.
Okay. It's clear that the wolf's fur gives it some protection from piercing, but not a lot. So you have wounded it pretty badly. You took out about half of its health.
And as a maneuver, unless that jumping off the horse counted for a maneuver.
Well, basically, your success let you try something that the game rules don't cover directly, which is deliberately there. You were trying to do a special thing.
Right.
So that was your action. If you had failed, your action would have been trying and just flopping down in front of the wolf, and that would have been the end of your action.
Right. I just want to do my maneuver.
So your maneuver's available, yes.
Yes. I'm going to shadow stalk right into the shadows, right in front of the wolves.
What are you going to hide behind? The donkey? Like they're the horse?
Okay. What time of
you
day?
need cover of some sort.
Yeah. So what time of day is it? If it's like high noon and there's no shadows, then I can't do it. I'm sure.
It is the early afternoon.
Early afternoon. There's no real shadows or anything to hide behind.
Not a lot. Like you could do a rock or a tree or something.
If there's a nearby tree, I'll try that and see what happens.
Cool. Randy, what about your character?
My horse is taking off right now.
Your horse is taking off right now, bolting for the next 2 rounds.
I'm going to try to. Is there a tree limb above me? Can I grab it?
As it moves, probably, yeah, that will happen.
I'm going to try to grab it and let it go.
Okay, go ahead and roll an athletics or a riding check, because this could be argued to be either trick riding.
Only a
or
7. Oh, no, just athletics. 7 on athletics.
You said 7?
7.
Okay. You managed to catch a tree branch, but you also take 1 blunt damage.
Okay.
You caught it with your forehead.
I caught it with my melon. Can I attack or not? Can I
that was
drop
your
down
action
and
to
attack?
dismount, but you can drop down from the tree or pull yourself up into the branch. Your maneuver and movement are still available.
I will attempt to pull myself. If the branch looks sturdy enough, I'm going to pull myself up.
Yeah.
And try to
All right.
get in position. Yeah. Fucking fire a crossbow or something.
Absolutely. And then would you like to use your maneuver for anything or wait on that?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Hey,
After that.
I have a question.
Yes,
I have a flashing blade. I use my maneuver. Never mind.
you did. Otherwise, you could have done flashing blade.
Yeah.
Rebar.
So, is there 2 or 3 on Brian?
There are 2 on him, trying to pull him off his horse.
He's the only one that's got 2 on them, right?
No, TikTok also has 2 on him.
Okay, I am going to jump down and swing at the one next to Brian.
Okay.
And I'm
So
going.
you want to get off your horse and attack as an action.
Yes.
All right. I assume you have not taken the necessary feature to just do that freely. So go ahead and roll a skill check. Athletics or
Athletics.
riding, your choice.
It would be a 9 and 10.
That is a success.
Okay. Oh, I just rolled a 12 on the dice.
Sweet.
So with my long sword, and I'm using Dawn Blade, so it's going to be doing solar damage.
Okay.
Nice.
So this is crit on 11 or 12. So 5 damage with the first dice.
So you just roll the die once and double.
Oh, okay. So 10 damage.
Yep, 10 damage. Would you like to smite? Or cleave, I mean?
Would I like to what?
Would you like to cleave? You've got an ability as a crusader.
Yes.
So then you would do.
I was
10
actually
each of
debating
them.
between that and command strike. So yeah, I'll cleave this time.
Okay, so that's 10 damage to each of the wolves on him, which actually drops one of them. And leaves the other wolf up and wounded.
Okay. I still get a second attack, correct?
You do.
That would be a 5.
5. That'll miss.
Yeah.
All right. Brian, what does Sir Charles do?
It doesn't look like I need to really move anywhere with the warhorse. I can just stand in place and attack the one next to me.
Yeah. So if you chose to gallop as your action, you would be able to begin outrunning the wolves and kiting them. If you did that, you wouldn't swing this round. So trade-offs.
Yeah. How many are still up out of the 7?
That leaves 5.
Silver one is down. Gray one's down already.
Gray one's down. One of the white ones just got cut down by Larry's character, and there are 5 remaining white wolves, 2 of which are wounded.
I'm going to go ahead and attack the one next to me, and then I'm going to move to attack another one.
Okay.
Okay, that's going to be 13 to hit.
That'll hit.
4 damage.
Okay.
Slashing.
Did you want to smite?
I can smite for 13 total damage.
Okay. That will kill that one. Cool.
I move to another one.
Yep.
I make an attack.
Yep.
Does a 10 hit?
It does.
It does 10 damage.
That one is still up, but pretty badly hurt. Next
TikTok.
up is TikTok. TikTok. Sir
All
Charles
right.
is attempting to relieve you. He has cut the wolf that previously you shot. That wolf and his
Okay.
buddy are still trying to kill you.
Yeah, so I guess I'll go after his buddy with my rapier here. And
hmm
well, that's a natural one, so that one's not going to work.
Naturally.
But a 9 might do the trick.
Yep, that'll hit.
And we did 12 damage.
You said 12 damage? And is that
Yes.
what damage? Piercing?
That is piercing. Yep.
Okay. If you targeted the wounded one, you take it out. If you targeted another, it is just hurt.
I'll target the wounded one.
Okay, we'll knock that one out. That leaves 3 white wolves, and we'll roll for their morale. I rolled a 4. They wish to fight to the death. So, one of them, the healthy one that is on TikTok, will roll 2 attacks. I have a natural 1 and a 9 to hit. Does that hit you?
A 9 does hit.
Okay. That is 12 piercing damage.
Ouch.
Then the one that had been on Randy's horse will go after Larry. I have a 13 and a 9 to hit.
So the 13 will hit. However, I will use my paladin abilities and absorb that one.
Sure, that one will trigger. And then the 9 will miss, right?
9 is a miss.
Okay. And then the third wolf will go after probably after will move, bite Sir Charles' horse, and then try to bite your horse, Larry. Actually, you're closer. He'll try to bite your horse first. Missed, because a total of a 4 does not hit your horse. And then a total of a 3 on Brian's horse. Apparently that wolf's just stunned or confused. He's just rolling absolute garbage. All right. Next up is Joe. What do you do?
Gonna hop out from behind the tree. Hopefully I catch one of these wolves by surprise somehow. Get that extra +2 to hit.
Yep.
I'm going to use Cursed Blade so that I can bypass the protection that they do have. And completely miss probably with a... Oh, no, I get +2 extra, right?
Yeah,
So does 8 hit?
it does.
All right. So 1 hit. So close to a crit. So 2 hits.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't get any extra dice on these hits, but oh well.
Not inherently. Unless, of course, you wish to haste, but then that's not extra dice. It's just you doing it again.
Yeah, just doing it again. No, and I actually don't have a silver weapon at this point because I've spent the extra money on armor.
Mhm.
So, and it would have already been silver anyway. So, only 5 whole damage
Well,
from the
you
2
got through with it at least.
Huh?
I said you got through with it at least. All 5 counts.
Yeah, all 5 count.
Randy?
I'm not sure. A heavy crossbow can only be fired once, right?
Nope. If you have the fighting style, you can fire it more than once.
All right.
Most people can only fire it once, but you are not most people.
Okay, I fire at the first wolf. I get a 11 for 2 damage.
Okay, an 11
wolf-
for 2.
the wolf-
Wait.
Hold on.
Oh, are you not using? You're not going to use glimmer oil?
Not right now, no.
Okay.
No, so that's That's an 11. So there's one attacking Larry's horse or attacking Brian's horse.
It attacked both of their horses.
Okay, well, I'll attack that one for 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I fire again, and I think I miss with a 5.
You did.
Wow, the damage would have been great.
Height advantage would have made it a 7, but that was still a miss by 1.
Okay.
All right. Not a problem. Next up, Larry.
All right. There's one next to me, correct?
It was. It bit your horse, or tried to, moved and bit Brian's horse, so it's within like 4 or 5 spaces.
Okay.
You can easily get to it.
I'm getting to it. The first is a 5, which I'm guessing misses.
Yep.
The second attack is a 10.
That'll hit.
And I am again using Dawn Blade.
Mhm.
And it does 10 solar damage.
Okay. A total of 11 damage has gotten through on that between Randy's shot and yours. It did have protection from piercing.
And then I'm going to yell at Sir Charles Brown.
Yep.
And command him to strike it again.
And seeing him use solar damage, I decide that I'm going to use solar damage as well.
Okay.
Does a 10 hit for 7 solar?
It does. And then you've got 18 damage on that wolf. So it is very badly hurt, but still up. Next is Sir Charles.
Sir Charles is going to look for a group of more than one wolf huddled together.
Doesn't
And-
exist.
Okay.
There's
Then I
only
will
3
just.
left, and they're all split up.
All right, then I'll just attack the one that's closest to me.
Okay.
Does a 7 hit?
It would if you're flanking with Larry.
You know, I just happened to be flanking with Larry.
He was right there attacking the same wolf. Like, it's an option.
7 damage, and I'm going to smite him
All right.
for an extra 9 damage.
That takes about 2
And
wolves.
then
for
I
me.
move to a second one.
Yes,
Does a 10 hit for 9 damage?
it does. And were you going for the wounded or the unwounded one?
The wounded one, solar damage.
Okay, 9. So you guys have dealt a total of 14 damage to that one. Okay. Next up, TikTok.
All right. There's still 2 left, or is there 1 left?
2 left. One is
2
at
left.
10 remaining hit points. One is at 24 remaining hit points.
All right. I will go after the wounded one.
They both are.
And they 9 to hit,
That hits.
and a total of 12 damage.
Okay, damage type.
That one is piercing.
Okay, so that will be net of 6. So that is, you've dealt 20 damage to that one. Do you have any other
All
actions?
right. Yeah, I can attack him. Right. Another 9 to hit,
That'll hit.
and 15 damage this time.
He is down.
Here we go.
All right. Their turn. Poor lone wolf. Let me think. He's fighting to the death. I don't know why, but it's what we rolled. 25% chance. I think he's probably going to go for. Maybe they're rabid, and you'll all get rabies. You've got a. You don't even have a priest. That'd be a problem.
We can only hope for rabies. That would be great.
I suppose he's going to go after the elf. I've got a 9 and a 13 to hit, Joe.
Oh, both of those hit.
Okay. 4 and 6. 10 piercing total.
Oh, okay. We'll reduce that. We'll reduce that on down to 5.
and you see the wolf like sniffing you so that he can follow you if you hide.
Obviously.
They actually have sniff the air as a maneuver.
Okay.
Joe, you're up.
So I'm going to point at it and flare it right in the face.
Sweet.
These I'll get two dice on each one. So. I crit on the first one. And both of them are crits.
Awesome.
11 and a 12 on the dice. So first one is 2d6, right? Yes. Oh, actually it's 3 for me. Overwhelming power.
Mm.
Where do I do it?
So if you're using your overwhelming power maneuver on one of those attacks, that'll put you at 3d6 doubled on that crit. Go ahead and roll that.
Oh yeah, it is a maneuver. That doesn't count for both flare thingies.
It would be for one of the attacks, but I think the thing's about to die unless you roll ridiculously badly.
No, that's 18.
And then doubled.
No, that's doubled.
That's doubled. That's 18. And then you have your second crit to roll.
Yes. $26.
Yeah, he's toast.
Yeah.
You one-shotted him. He went from full health to negative hit points.
Oh, that's not the one. Okay, gotcha. I thought I had.
He's toast.
Okay, I thought that was the same one that I had dropped to half hit points. That one.
No, the others were riding around hacking them down, which is a good plan.
Yeah.
So you guys completely eliminated the wolf menace. Let me see how long into the day the other two encounters are. All right.
I want to try to recover one of my bolts if I can, right? If I spend a minute, I can get one of them, of the two that I fired.
Yeah, but Randy, could you roll a d4?
Sure. 2.
And then a d6 for starting distance.
1.
Oh, so when you are about to go recover your arrows, you notice that fight number 2 has begun.
Oh, okay. Hey,
I
boys.
just rolled for when they are. And,
we got trouble. We got trouble, boys.
So Tim, if you could roll a d20, let's determine what it is that has just shown up. By the way, you got another 7 hours till your next encounter. But
12.
okay, jump over to that table.
That's probably more points.
That's hilarious. Okay, Joe, go ahead and roll d4 for the number of them.
All right, let's maximize this again.
D4 dragons.
You said D4, right?
D4.
D4 dragons.
Yes, maximum.
4.
Wow.
Okay.
If I was rolling that for damage or something, it would be a 1.
So as you, oh man, so the fighting hasn't actually stopped. So Joe got the kill. Randy notices there's a problem in the form of 4 half-naked women.
That is not a normal thing.
That doesn't sound like a fight. That sounds like a possible good time.
Yeah.
Well, so what does your character do? They are point blank. Like by the time you notice them, based on the starting distance you rolled, they are next to your party.
Naked ladies, what are you doing in the woods naked? You need some clothes. I point my crossbow at them. So don't make me use this.
Absolutely. So
I don't want to fire on them until I'm sure.
One of them looks at you and it looks up at you, touches the trunk of the tree, and is suddenly up in the branch sitting next to you.
Oh, shit. Okay. This ain't good. So.
She crosses her legs playfully.
Yes. Well, I jump out of the tree. I'm a scared young man. That's,
It's a good
too
plan.
too bold for this guy.
Ah!
Yeah, I'm
Good
jumping
plan.
out. Jumping out.
All right. So you get out of that tree. Larry, what do you do?
I'm attacking them because naked women running through the woods is not
Unity is a
good
crime attack.
especially
Naked.
following when they're
Just
following
go
wolves.
straight to violence.
This is not a good thing.
Oh yeah.
So you're basically
This is Larry. This is Larry, though. Larry's
being-
bloodthirsty.
He's an
What
alt-right
do you do?
crusader.
I attack. It was the bartender. It was the bartender wanting to take our order. But it needs to be attacked.
Does a 9 hit the first one?
It does.
Slaughter these women. Gosh. Oh.
For 6 solar damage.
6 solar damage. Okay.
And the second attack is a crit for 12 solar damage.
Okay. So you've dealt 18 total.
Yes.
Four naked hippie girls running in the woods. Larry
Yep.
murders them.
This is not a good thing.
Oh, I know. She teleported up in the branch. Get out of here, dude. She is not normal.
And I command. Actually, no. I'm going to use cleave on that second attack.
Okay. So you're gonna like move in position to cleave to hit the second one at the same time, which was what, 12 damage on the second attack?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, got that. All right. So as you do this and begin attacking them, you see those two get really pissed off. Also, since you and Randy have been close enough to them now, long enough to notice, you'd see that they've got, in addition to the ability to breathe through their mouths and noses like a person could, you notice they've got small gills on the side of their necks.
Gills! Gills!
Muto.
Gills night out.
And after that is Sir Charles.
Sir Charles says, "Witchcraft," and he attacks them. He tries to cleave. He tries to cleave the same two that Rebar tried to cleave.
That is a good plan. You guys probably don't want to have a what do you call it? A 9 pins situation where you wake up and it's been a while.
I got a 12 to hit for 9 solar damage.
Okay, would you like to cleave with that one, or?
I will cleave with that one.
Okay. So I've got that damage recorded, and then you've got another attack.
Yep. And the next attack is a 10 to hit for 9 damage on one of them. I am flanking with Rebar.
Yes. That's delightful. All right, so yeah, you've hurt them. You've hurt those two pretty well. So of the 4 half-naked women, 2 of them are at like half health or so, maybe a little more hurt. The other 2 are unwounded. As we get to Tim's turn, what does TikTok do?
All right. I guess we're in the middle of this here. So I'm gonna pull my pike out, and but I'm actually going to hit the closest one with Sunblast.
Sure.
Yeah, well, a 4 for each, so I don't think that's going to work for each of the attacks. So,
4 will miss. Yep.
yep.
And then
That's
you have another
both
attack.
Yeah, I guess I can do it again, or can't I? That's considered a
2 attacks.
right. Oh, yeah, I guess a 12 to hit
Yep, that'll hit.
my pike, and for a total of 10 damage.
You
And that
probably
is a
Go ahead.
Sorry. I would say it's a mercurial weapon as well, so I can get another attack, correct?
All right. You probably curse as she teleports through an adjacent tree to avoid the attack. Though, because of your pike, you can actually reach where she went to with your follow up.
Okay. Now that's a 12 on the die for a 14.
Okay.
And 15 piercing damage.
12
Okay.
on the die is a crit.
It is.
Yeah, so 30 total.
Nice. That would hurt her pretty badly. And if you can, put in the private chat, I don't know if you'll be able to on your phone easily or not, but if you're able to, put in your careers because my session notes had a unfortunate accident that I did not have control over. A friend of mine spilled some liquid on my desk and many notes were destroyed. On the bright side, it's more empty now. All right. So you guys have wounded 3 of these. They're not happy, and only one of them is in an even slightly flirty mood at this point, and that's the one who is in the tree by Randy. She is going to attempt to use Sweet Dreams to knock 4 of you unconscious. So she is
Tim just left because he didn't want to get knocked out.
popped in and out, targeting everyone but TikTok. Go ahead and roll a senses check.
Hey, is that
That's
is
what that's what happens when I try to type in the chat. I end up hitting the wrong button and exiting out.
is that a compulsion?
It is.
I'm immune, so they are.
Awesome.
I am not immune, so it's a willpower check.
It is a compulsion. It is a
I thought you said senses.
senses check.
Either way, I suck at both. So 3.
You're going to
How
hit
about
the
Larry?
ground again. Too bad you're not still in the tree.
Yeah.
That would-
Larry, how'd you do?
Anything extra damage.
14.
Okay, you succeeded. Brian,
I have Iron Resolve.
Also
And-
immune.
so you're immune.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Randy, your character goes unconscious,
This seems vaguely familiar.
falling even without damage.
Unbelievable. At least it wasn't. Oh, is this the first round of
That's
combat?
This
I
is
think
like
it
the third round. You're fine.
Okay.
That's a cool power.
It's a family. It's a
And
family
there's
trait.
4 of them.
It's our family trait.
Yeah, it's really dangerous. So she hops down next to you and pulls out a rapier that appears to be made of thorns.
Mm. Not good.
Okay, is this supposed to be merged into the fight we were already in, or does this count as the first round of combat?
This is not a new fight.
Okay, that sticks.
Yep.
Tell him, Joe.
Yes, it does. So they are. All right. So the 3 wounded ones, they're going to take advantage of Blood Rage because when they get hurt, they get pissed off. They do extra damage then, so they're gonna lean into that. One will go after TikTok, and that's going to be 2 attacks with a +3 to hit for 3d10 piercing each. I rolled, so I got a 5 total and a 13 total to hit TikTok.
All right, so the 13 hits.
Any effects I should know about?
Do you have a maneuver?
I do not.
Okay, that is 22 piercing.
Ooh, all right, I am down.
Yep. Do you have piercing protection? Because if so, you'd only take half.
Yep, and I'm still down.
Okay.
I had 10 hit points, so
Yep. Then one goes after Sir Charles. I have a 7 and an 11 to hit.
Both will miss due to my higher defense.
And one will go after Rebar.
Bar and rebar were sitting on
Miss horribly.
Miss.
My high to hit was a 6.
So TikTok is down. So someone needs to help TikTok.
Indeed. And Randy also appears to be down for unrelated reasons. That is it for them. And so we are on to Joe.
All right. I'm going to cast haste because this is a very dire. We're in dire straits. So with my immediate action, I'm going to run over to Randy's character, and do I know if this power I need to like stab him or do damage to him? I'm going to smack him in the face and try to wake him.
Don't need to stab me. I wake up for a second. Don't stab me.
You probably do know slapping people awake in a magical sleep is a pretty standard trope, actually.
Yeah, so I'm going to smack him in the face. Wake up, you weirdo! So that's my immediate. Will that take an action to do
I
that?
dreamed I saw
Use a-
4 naked women.
Natural weapon attack, just punch him.
So that's counted as an action, right? Not just
Well, it'd be part of an action. You'd have another attack with it.
right. Well, I've got haste. I got haste going.
Oh, yeah.
Take the signet ring off first.
Black iron. Make sure you feel this.
Okay, how close are all the witches to each other, or whatever they are?
The nymphs began adjacent to you guys based on the rolls made.
Naughty.
Right.
They
Now, how
snuck
far
up on you
apart
during
are
the
they
game.
from each other?
They are no more than 6 spaces away from each other. So
Okay,
the
but they're
furthest
not-
one's away.
But they're not really.
They're not
Like,
clumped.
they're not close together. Not clumped up.
No.
They learned their lesson on the first round.
A little bit.
All right. In that event, the one that's right next to Randy.
Yep.
Is I know he's awake now, but was she
You
damaged?
have to roll to hit him and damage him.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. He's
It's hard to
helpless.
slap a man awake if he's in plate armor,
I'm in chains.
for example.
Clean shirt.
All right, that didn't work.
Did you miss me?
I rolled a 1.
So roll your other attack with it.
Oh.
That time I hit him. I'm sure I rolled a 10.
Yeah, you hit him. And then D4 blunt, unless you've got
1 damage.
All right. I'm getting nickel and dime today.
yeah. Took one from a tree branch,
Oh.
one from the wizard.
Thank you.
All right, you got him awake. How about your other action?
All right. So the nymph that's right next to him with the rapier.
Yeah.
Did she get damaged?
No, she's the only one who's not hurt.
All right. Can't use any assassination crap on her because it's not the first freaking round of combat. I'll flare her in the face.
Sure.
Might as well. 8, 9. I mean,
Fine. Yeah, that'll hit.
7.
No.
Okay.
Wait, Randy's a threat now. Yes, if you flank with him.
Okay.
I'm
That
very
works.
threatening.
I've already used my maneuver to cast haste, so I can't overwhelming power this thing.
Correct?
But at least I got both hits. So 4 dice of fire damage in the face. Ooh, 18 damage altogether.
Nice. All right, let me get that.
So now she has 2 targets
Yes.
instead of just 1.
All right. After you is Randy,
I'm
who
gonna
is
hop up.
conscious and prone.
I'm gonna hop up, and I'm going to shout, "By the Creator, get rise, TikTok! 10 hit points, healing shout."
Nice.
And then I'm going to attack with my broadsword.
Yep.
Sorry,
You're
chicken.
hitting the broad with the broadsword.
Hitting a broad with the broadsword. A
Is it
9.
a bronze
I mean-
or a silver broadsword?
It is not silver. It's
Okay.
slapped.
It's the only weapon you can hit abroad with, so it makes sense.
That's very sexist.
So that would be a 9 defense for 5 damage.
Yep, that'll hit.
And
And she has no protection from slashing.
12 defense for 1 stinking damage.
Okay.
Doing D10s.
Well, you did
Doesn't
hurt
look
her.
like it.
You two got 24 damage in on her. So,
Hey, Pat.
Murder this chick.
yeah, good to see everybody. Kelly Joe, Patrick, Johnny. That's great.
Kelly Joe. Is that your Kelly Joe?
Yes, it probably is because all the kids are in the next area in the camper watching us right now.
Oh,
Yes,
Patrick,
my wife
Patrick's
says.
at cabin. He's at Gen Con.
All right. Now, after Randy is Larry.
Okay, so I'm going to hit the one closest to me.
Yep.
Yeah, since I forgot it last time, and I apologize to my fellow compatriots because I may have done some more damage. I actually have a silver longsword. Does a 10 hit her?
Yes.
So she is going to take 12 silver damage. Actually, no, that was only one. I get 2 dice with that. Sorry, she's taking 22 damage because it's silver, right? And I get an extra die damage.
That will kill that one actually.
I cannot reach another one, can I?
No. Although you could move and do it. So you have another attack. You could move between attacks.
Yes, I'm going to move up to the one that, let's see here, the one that hit TikTok.
Yep.
And I'm swinging at her. And does a 9 hit?
Yes.
So that is 16 solar damage to her.
That is almost lethal.
And then I'm going to yell at TikTok, who just woke up. Hit it!
Command strike.
Attack her, TikTok.
I get to hit her.
Yep.
Gonna hit her.
Hit on.
12 to hit.
That will.
All right. And 14 damage.
Yowza.
Take her down.
Good job.
Nice.
Go team.
You're doing great. So after Larry is Sir Charles.
How many are left?
2.
All right.
One is flanked by Joe and Randy. The other one is over by you.
The one by me, I'd like to gallop and get a start at it so I can charge into it 6 straight spaces so I can trample it.
Okay. You mean so the horse can trample her?
Right.
Yeah.
Just because I want to try it.
Yeah.
Nope, Sir Charles is jumping off and running over her himself.
Go ahead and roll an attack for your horse, sir.
Oh, yeah. So combat bonus is +3 for the horse, so that's a 13 to hit.
Yep.
And
we'll hit for
2d10.
Yep.
So that means 12 total for the trample.
Okay. And then you've got your maneuver, right? Or didn't you pick that up with this character?
I have maneuvers with this one, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the smite.
Not the smite. I meant because you've got the furious charge. I think it's called. I don't know if you picked it up for this character.
Oh no, I didn't for this one. No.
Okay, because that would be for this tactic very good.
Yeah. Maybe next time I get a feature, I might take that.
Okay. All right. So you've got 42 damage in on her, which is pretty good. After you is TikTok.
All right. So the one right in front of me is down.
There is one
How many
engaged
more?
for Brian, which is badly hurt. Just got kicked in the face by his horse.
Yeah.
And then there's one being attacked by both Joe and Randy's characters. So two
All right.
total.
Yeah, I guess I'll go after the one on Brian. If I can't eliminate her. 9 to hit.
That'll hit.
Sweet. That's going to be 8 damage.
Nice. You take her out.
All right.
Yep.
Can I make it to the one that's on the other one yet, or no?
Yeah.
All right. I still got 2 more attacks. Okay, at 5, I'm sure it's going to miss. And another 9.
9 damage?
Yep, and that one I did 19 damage.
Or 19 damage. Okay. Okay, that one's still up, but very badly hurt. I believe it's at 5 health.
And that one I did 19.
So then I can go ahead and roll for morale. Apparently, fighting to the death is the theme today. It is going to go ahead and use its action to try to put 3 of you to sleep. It is targeting Randy, Larry, and TikTok. And Brian for fun, but I'm pretty sure that he's still immune. So
I tell her thanks. I've already had a nap.
You still get a save, man. Senses.
Willpower.
Senses.
Senses power. 7.
You're out.
11.
You make it,
8.
and you are unconscious.
Ah.
Well,
She then moves to be not flanked, and so that she's next to a tree. That's it for her, and we get to the top of initiative order. And so Joe, or wait, no, not the top. Next in initiative, top is Charles. Joe, what do you do?
I'm going to flare her.
Yeah.
Flare. And I've got an extra action, so if that doesn't work, I'll go up and stab her. Ah! Crit.
Golly. You guys are on fire.
Come on. Double crit.
Nice. So 2 crits and any hits. You had 4 attacks.
Well, I just did the flare
Oh, so you've done 1 flare so far.
so far.
Got it. Okay.
We'll see what happens. So that's 7, 10, 17, 34 damage.
She got torched.
Yeah.
Because even if she dodged through a tree,
it's roasted. Say that again.
even if she dodged through the tree to have the first crit miss her, the second crit would have caught her, and I'm pretty sure it did more than 5 damage.
It did.
Yeah, which is what she had left. So it's
Is roasted dryad something that's good eating?
No.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
surprisingly no.
Even the orcs said no to that.
Maybe stew. That might be okay.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that their bodies are basically made of some form of wood grain.
Yeah, they're plant based.
They're vegan. They're
And
vegan.
plant based protein is no
They're
good.
they're soy.
No, it's not good.
That
Not
fight
at
went
all.
for you guys.
Huh?
Now about 7 hours later, by the way, and yes, you can recover your arrows, Randy.
Thank you.
Can we recover TikTok's hit points in this 7 hours?
I mean, with what?
We
I'm an
anything,
orc
do
who
we?
regenerates, so I'm good.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
you orcs! Wow.
Cheaters.
Yeah.
They
All
get
I
knocked
I
down.
seem
and
to
they-
remember. I seem to remember an orc that looked an awful lot like you. That
You know what? I want to hear more stories about this group that you traveled with, TikTok. Maybe at the inn or the tavern tonight, you can tell us about it.
I will regale you with all of our tales.
Now, as you continue, now, Randy, I should note, following the normal arrow recovery rules, you would, unless you are a archer, recover half rounded down.
Okay, so I'll get 1 back. All right.
Archers recover all but 1. All right. So anyway, that
And you do
7
mean
hours
the
later,
archer class, right? You mean the archer class.
yeah, the career.
Okay.
Yep.
Square. Yeah.
So you've made camp. You've made dinner, as poor as it might be, and things are looking up. I really need to know who's on the first watch only, because that's when the encounter's happening, apparently.
Sure.
Okay, Brian, go ahead and roll for your intuition or your investigate to see how alert you are. Meanwhile, we'll have Joe roll for what the creature is and Randy for how far away they are.
What am I rolling? The D20?
D20.
Oh,
I'm rolling a
right. Let's
D6.
go for this 20 again.
I have a 1 investigate.
Oh, no.
You fell asleep.
Yeah, that's what happened.
6.
I dozed off on my turn, on my watch. I was tired from that battle.
D6.
Okay. Yep, a 6. And Randy, how far away is it?
2.
So it starts at close range. You rolled a 6. And we're going to have Larry roll for how many? So that is... Larry, I'm going to let you pick. You want boars or you want moose?
You said boars?
Boars or moose?
Let's go with boars.
Okay, a D8 boars.
God.
D8?
Yep.
1.
All right.
Yes.
1 boar.
The lone
That's
rooter.
all you need to take out a sleeping Sir Charles Brown.
Well, fortunately, I took armor mastery, so I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
without my armor on.
Pop over there. Have a look at that stat block. All right. So as you're all comfortably sleeping, except for Sir Charles, who would be on watch if he weren't so drowsy, a boar sneaks into your camp and begins eating your supplies.
As soon as I can realize that
Board needs
something's
to become our supplies.
I will go and turn that boar into bacon.
Now we'll see if you notice it. Go ahead and roll for round 2.
Oh boy.
Investigate 9.
Its stealth check beat you. It continues to munch on your supplies. You do notice like some partially consumed food in an open backpack. So you're like, huh, something's going on.
I check the tents and see if anybody's awake because I noticed the backpack.
Oh, sure. No, they appear to be sleeping soundly, having a great night. And round 3, go ahead and roll.
12, investigate.
This time you hear the snorting noise of the pig outside the tent. As the pig snaps the line holding the tent upright and drops it on you.
That's a talented boar.
Yeah.
No, don't steal it. We should try to make it a pet. It's going to be an awesome addition to our party.
I carefully resist the temptation to cut my way out.
Yep.
Because we want this tent. So I carefully get it all off of me as fast as I can.
All right. The others in the tent, which is probably Randy and Joe, your characters wake up having had the tent just land on you.
What?
Hey, what gives?
Crap.
You hear Sir Charles shuffling around and trying to get out.
I
What's
wasn't,
going
I
on?
wasn't that tired anyway. I got a couple naps yesterday. So I'm
trying I'm trying not to wake anybody up, though.
But yeah, we are awake.
You are. Tent landing
What is-
on you.
what
woke
is
you
the
up.
deal?
landed on us.
But I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying wake up.
Right,
I'm just,
right.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
I'm going
All
to
right,
dig
so
my way out.
you spend that round getting out of the tent carefully so as not to rip a giant hole in it.
And ignoring us asking what's going on.
The boar then runs over to the other tent, and his tusks nail those tent pegs. Well, the lines to the pegs.
Well, once I'm free, I'm going to go and tackle the boar.
Well, we'll get to that. So as you're getting yourself free, Larry and Tim, your characters wake up to tent collapse.
What the? And I yell it.
Yep. Go ahead and all of you roll for turn order.
No.
9.
9.
11.
8.
4.
Larry, you are the only one who beat the boar. So you're up.
I'm up.
It is your turn. You are on your back in a collapsed tent.
I crawl out of the tent and take a look around. I grab my sword as I'm crawling out of the tent because I sleep near it.
Yep.
Do I see the boar?
You use your action
I do have night vision.
and once you do you have the ability to see in the dark?
So I can't attack it though because it's too far
So
away.
the question is, do you have the ability to see in the dark? Yes or no?
Yes, night vision. I was an orc.
Okay. So when you crawl, you do see the boar, and it is currently eating the last of your bacon.
You pig!
You realize you're eating your cousin.
Yeah, pigs will do that.
Yeah. They'll eat their own babies.
I can't swing anything, though, can I?
No, you've used your
I
action.
yell so everybody knows there's a pig in there.
Yep.
Yes. Thanks for letting us know what's going on. Somebody else wouldn't.
Sir Charles, you have gotten yourself.
Pig eating pig!
Can you see in the dark?
No.
So as you look around, you do not see the pig, though you probably can see the outline of Larry's character against the canvas of the tent.
I say, Rebar, there's a boar running around knocking tent poles over and eating food. We got to stop it.
Can I?
We can't let this continue.
Can I use a command strike to tell him to shoot and give him the direction of the boar?
Yeah, you can. And Brian, you would just use the normal rules for if your character is blind. So you'd roll the attack twice, taking the lower of the two results.
All right. Attempt to swing the silver war axe at the boar.
You told him to shoot. He ran off with his axe. That's hilarious. But it's fine.
I don't have anything to shoot with on me right now.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
Pew pew pew.
Does a 6 hit?
It does not.
Can't you see?
Okay, so that's
That'll happen.
that
All right.
that's low enough that it wouldn't matter what I rolled after that; it would still miss, right? So,
No.
2 rolls, right? 2 rolls take the lower one.
Correct.
So if I rolled a 4 on my first roll, it doesn't
No.
matter if I get 12 on the next one. I'm still not making it,
Correct.
right? Yeah.
Correct. Tim, what do you do? Your character wakes up prone in a collapsed tent.
I'm gonna crawl out of the tent.
Okay. Can you
And
see the dark? You can.
I can. I'm an orc.
When you manage to get out the entrance of the tent, your face is pressed against Larry's character's back. He also is basically still prone and just
Right.
got out of the tent. You're just like wedged up next to
Oh, that's not what I want to wake up to.
him. Any maneuvers I should know about?
No maneuvers.
Okay. After that, it is the pig's turn. Let me double check his choices, what he can do. All right, he can figure out where you are. He can see in the dark. He's got a trampling option. Yeah, he is just going to run at the prone Crusader warlord and try to nail him. I guess the question, Larry, is does a 9 hit. Well, actually, can you wear armor while you sleep?
I don't believe I can.
Okay. So then your current defense is a 6, unless you've got something that changes that. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. So that means
Either
I have
6 or 8. I'm not really sure, but either way.
it'd be a baseline of a 6, unless you've got some light armor that you change into.
Oh no, I don't have any. I have the chainmail armor, so I have the heavy armor.
Yeah. So I got 2 hits, one for check the damage type, 7 slashing, and one for 9 slashing.
So 16 total slashing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're not wearing armor, so you probably do not have protection at this time.
Yep.
The boar farts loudly and can trot away. Next up is Joe.
Well, I'm in a tent in the dark, and in this.
But you're with me, so you're safe.
Huh?
But you're with me, you're safe.
Elves in this game don't see in the dark.
That's correct.
So going to try to feel my way out of the tent.
That's not
Are
the tent
you
pole.
choosing to don your armor first? That would take an action. Or are you going to pull yourself free of the tent, which would also take an action?
Well, I'm just going to get out of the tent first. If I take time to put on armor, I don't know if that'd be a good idea.
All right. Once you get out of the tent, you're on the ground. You can kind of see the outline of both orcs just laying next to each other. And nearby...
Laying next to each other?
That's correct.
Lovingly.
And nearby, you can see the outline of the boar, because it hasn't gotten far enough away. So you can see it outlined against the backdrop of the canvas tent.
Okay, so we don't have a fire going or anything like that?
You did.
Oh. So the boar ate the fire too?
No, it just kicked dirt on it.
Ah. That is a talented boar.
I want to
It
catch
is.
him. I want to
Pigs
catch
are super annoying in real life, by the way. If anyone's wondering, I've raised a pig before. I favor killing and eating them.
Yeah. Well, if I can see the boar's outline and I figure it's caused all this trouble, I'm going to just fireball the dang thing.
All right. You are out of actions, but you do have that maneuver as an assassin you could use.
Oh, yeah, right. Slashing flying blades. Yeah. So don't use a D20 to hit.
And you'd be rolling the attack twice, taking the lower of the 2 results. As it is still dark. You know where to
it's dark. Right. So that's nice because my roll was a 12.
Maybe you'll get 2. It's technically possible.
You've done that twice today.
12 and a 2, so no.
Okay.
So I'm imagining a 7 is a miss.
It is.
So that's the lower of the 2.
Got it.
On the second attack.
It would have only been 1 with flashing blade anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But in any case, that was a miss. That's all right. Randy?
Sleeping as I probably would have my backpack nearby, I'm going to grab it and dig my way out. I'm planning to get a torch and light it.
Once you're out of the tent.
Correct, of course.
Okay.
I have to dig out of the tent as an action, so I'm done.
Yep. And then you use your object interaction to light a torch.
Yeah, whenever I get a chance, I'll use my next action to light a torch.
Okay, so you're on the ground, laying next to the elf, but you've got a torch now, and are illuminating a close range radius around you.
Okay.
The pig is currently at the edge of that torchlight, so it is visible right now until we get to its turn. So
I can't move toward it, can I?
No, but Sir Charles could take advantage of the visual change.
Okay.
Yeah, that will help me a lot.
Yep. It's your turn.
Is it my turn or Sir Charles?
Sir Charles, I believe.
Sir Charles.
Oh, Larry.
Larry. I'm sorry, I missed Larry. Larry, you're up. Then Sir Charles.
Sir
It's the
Larry
beard.
first.
The beard hid you. Your
Yes.
enormous beard hid you from the DM.
It must be.
Yeah.
This thing is close enough for me to get to now, correct?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm backing it.
It's only
I-
about 2 combat spaces away. So even
I'm
if
guessing
you
a
stand
six
still
a six
moving.
misses, correct?
6 misses, you're aiming for an 8.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the next one is a crit,
Cool.
and I'm using my silver longsword because I don't know if this is not a monster though. It's just a beast. So that will be 12 damage, solar damage.
Okay. You heard it. It is still alive.
And I yell at Sir Charles, try to hit it again since you can see it this time.
Okay. I run over and take a swing at it with the axe.
Mhm.
Does a 9 hit?
A 9 does hit.
8 damage.
Perfect. That's what, slashing?
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and use my maneuver to smite.
Okay.
Another 3 damage.
Okay. So we're at 17 total that you guys have dealt to it. The boar is still alive. And we are on TikTok.
Wouldn't it be Brian's turn now?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on Brian. I forgot. I was thinking it was Brian's turn. That's because
people around her out there.
functionally, what should have happened is Larry needed to wait to give you the order till it was your turn so you could move, so he could order you to attack, because you can't move as part of his order.
So it should happen at the end of my turn, not the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. And then you'd take your other 2 attacks. So go ahead and roll your other 2 attacks, Brian.
Okay.
Because functionally, I just assumed it was your turn so that you were allowed to move. Since you're next anyway.
Mm-hmm. So one attack is going to miss outright, but the other one is going to hit for 13 to hit,
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
and that'll be for 5 slashing.
Okay. I've got that recorded. And then TikTok. What do you got, Tim?
All right. I'm going to pull out my pig sticker and see what I can do here.
The polearm.
9. No, I was thinking my rapier because it's bronze. The beast, right? Yep. Yeah, 9 to hit. And then 9 damage.
Cool. That takes it out.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Okay. Pig on a stick.
Yeah, pig on a stick. You guys are probably going to be making fresh bacon for breakfast.
Well, it took out a lot of our food supplies, but it's food, so
Yep.
it's
It is.
kind
I mean-
of probably a wash.
It was a cannibalistic pig, so it had to die.
Cannibals must die.
Randy, do you want to roll to attempt to dress down the corpse?
Sure. Just use survival.
Yep.
And with this, I have maybe it's another character I was thinking of. I don't have it. So I'm going to go ahead and +2 is all I got. 8. Is that enough?
You have a look. Yeah. So go ahead and roll a d4.
Okay. 2.
All right. So you managed to harvest and preserve 2 days worth of food for your entire party,
Cool.
and you also preserved the hide,
Oh,
which is worth 5 marks.
okay. We'll hang on to that. We can split that when we get there.
Yeah.
All right. Boar's hide.
How are we doing plus or minus on food supply after this combat?
That basically will make you break even from your starting gear at the end of the following day.
Okay. So we didn't really lose or gain anything throughout. Okay.
Yeah.
It's got a little fresher food than ration.
I hope I've demonstrated how annoying a pig can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
All I was worried about was like, okay, it's just one pig. I
Right.
want to make sure all the spellcasters can get their full night rest, so they're all ready to go for tomorrow. I don't want to wake everybody up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll deal with it myself.
Right. You could
The tent falling on me woke my character up. So
pig of
Isn't that
chaos.
funny?
It's hard to deal with it yourself when you can't see it, though.
I know.
Unbeknownst
I forgot about that. I thought we had a campfire or something.
You did. Its
Unbe-
first choice was
Yeah.
to take out the campfire.
Oh,
It apparently came through a portal from Limbo, the plane of chaos. He's a chaos pig.
yeah,
Just
It
like
get
was a
over
smart
it.
pig.
a demonic boar.
I have seen pigs, with the result anyway, of pigs like working together to break out of their pens.
Mm.
Like I've actually found pigs to have broken out of their pen, not to escape, but specifically to get into another pen to kill smaller pigs.
Oh, wow.
Yes, they will eat their own.
Yeah.
Pigs aren't nice.
So, if all pigs were as annoying as that one, no one would have even the little supposedly cute potbelly pigs in their house. That when people do videos of them, they're always the sweetest things ever.
Right.
Yeah, those people are mistaken. They
Yeah,
are.
why do people have chimpanzees as pets? Those are
Ooh.
the most violent primates there are.
Monkeys
Plus,
are
they throw
monkeys
poop
are
around.
gross. Monkeys are gross
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
Chimps are very
Okay,
dangerous.
you basically have a toddler that never grows out of it. And I have a toddler, and I can't wait to get out of it. So,
And it's strong enough to literally rip your arm off.
Yes.
Yeah.
A chimp would hurt you badly and kill you.
So, anyway, you guys survived the trip to the base camp by the Mega Dungeon. And, as may not surprise you, there's a slight chance that most of its supplies have been consumed by pigs, based on your rolls.
Right.
So we're going to have Brian go ahead and roll a d4. On a 1 or a 2, the supplies are untouched. On a 3, all of the food is missing. On a 4, all of the supplies are missing.
3.
Okay, the food was gone at the base camp,
That's cool.
That makes sense.
but the water and other supplies were intact.
I'll be right back. My dog's being weird. Hold on.
You know what we should do is have one of the folks here who can track things. Once we've dealt with, the more concerning issues, track down this herd of boar and just kill the hell out of them.
I was speaking with Arian on the way here. He says he's a huntsman. We should ask him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
find out where they're. I don't know what wild boar, if they like hunker down in a cave or what they do when they sleep, but if they all sleep all together in a mound somewhere, who knows? I don't know what they do. But
Find them and kill them.
I mean, there's the whole excitement of the hunt, and then there's all the tasty food.
Yeah, I mean,
result.
we could turn them into sausage. That's what we used to do at the training facility for the Crusaders.
Sausage is awesome.
It packs well when we want to travel.
Yeah.
And has decent preservative life for a siege.
Right. And you can smoke it or salt
Now,
it.
indeed. Now, we have to see if you guys decide to head into the dungeon. If you safely make it, relatively speaking, to the room that your previous characters suffered a sudden end of life in.
Okay. So
Normally, I would ask the
A sudden unalive.
Yes, you got unalived. Normally, I would probably ask either the huntsman or the assassin if they'd like to scout ahead. In this case, would the assassin like to scout ahead?
yes, because the huntsman is not here. Yes, I will do some scouting. Yeah. Now, let me look at the thing. I have stealth, so I will stealth. Problem with stealthing ahead at this point is, unless there are lights inside, then my character will, once he gets too much farther ahead, will not be able to see.
Yes.
I have survival. I can try to track.
You could.
Again,
You've
we
got the same problem.
have to have a torch or
What
some
if-
sort of light.
Certainly, I have something on my starting equipment that has a lighting
I have
instrument.
survival, so I can also try that, and I have dark vision, or I can see.
I have a torch.
Rather than using a torch and letting everybody know we're coming, I can see in the dark. So
Well, would one of the people who can see in the dark like to scout ahead, or would you like to send someone with a torch?
I think the seeing the dark person would be better at this point.
Okay.
that would be a 9.
Okay. That's your survival. How about your stealth?
Oh, I have no stealth. You want me to stealth too?
Yes.
That would be a 7 on stealth.
Okay. So as you go sneaking along, on the whole, Operation Sneak seems to be going well. You're tracking the party's previous progress. You find a place where, for some reason, there is a rope stuck in a ceiling.
We get all the way to there. Okay.
Mhm. You find a pit trap marked by their jumps, so you're able to easily avoid that particular pit trap. Though you're not sure how they knew it was there because it appears to just be normal floor. But as soon as you see that they jumped with your tracking, you poke around with a stick and you're like, oh, there's actually a hole there.
And I'm going
So
to take the stick and I'm going to draw a line and whatever is there.
Sure.
Or whatever I can, or put the stick next to it so it marks where it's at.
Yeah. That makes sense. Using the stick as a marker. Are you going to jump across?
Can TikTok
I'm-
feel around with his pole arm?
He's not up there yet.
I'm going to back out and
Let's
let
say.
everyone know what I found.
Mhm.
I'm not going to go through here if I see them jumping. Do I see their bodies laying over there?
No, but you do see them spread eagled on the central pillars.
That's enough for me to back out and let everybody know what's going on. That tells me there's something in here I don't want to mess with by myself.
Alrighty then.
Well, you are not alone, Rebar.
So they found our bodies.
Well, what do you report back to him, Larry?
I go back and I tell them I can see there's bodies spread eagle on these pillars. There's also, it looks like a pit trap. I don't know why there's a rope hanging from the ceiling, but there is.
It just
I've
vanishes
purchased-
into rock.
What's that?
It just like vanishes into rock.
It just vanishes. Yeah, it just. I don't know what's holding it up.
Why don't we ask our tour guide TikTok what it means?
And there's a trap that I marked by putting a stick right in front of it, so don't cross that stick once we get in there.
TikTok, can you
Say,
tell
I
us
don't know
about
what-
some of these?
Say, I don't know what it means because I wasn't there.
It's true. He was guarding the camp from the pig.
Right. I was on pig duty. Say, I don't know what it means. I wasn't there.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna go, I know what happened to him. We got to go in this place. So there's
Right?
nothing for it.
Obviously, you found bodies, so that confirms what I already suspected. That they died.
Can we reach their bodies?
Maybe. There is a little background noise from one mic.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Oh, probably.
No worries. All right. So
Okay, this is why I mute it when I'm not talking.
yeah. Larry, you never tried to reach the bodies, so they asked if they can reach the bodies. Do you know?
I don't know if they can. It looks like they jumped, and by the fact that their bodies are still there, I'm guessing they jumped across, but I'm just taking a guess at that. I don't know if I could see where they landed or see any scuff marks.
Yeah, you can see some scuff marks and like dried blood, and here and there a piece of
It looks like they
equipment.
jumped across, but then they didn't make it very far from there.
And then something took the time to stake out their bodies, spread eagled, on the central pillars.
Sounds like a warning that we're not going to heed. Well,
I mean, I never was that smart, so
Dominus is my cousin. I'm telling you, I'm not going to let this stand. I think we need to go in.
Well,
Well, you guys that can't see will probably need a torch or something, so whatever's in there is going to know we're coming. I will lead the way.
well, before we, leap across, or amble our way across, maybe we should like toss something over on the other side and see if maybe they got caught up in a trap. And that's how it ended them. And somebody came along and said, "Hey, this would be fun. Strap them up." Don't know about the rope though. That's a weird one. So, going to find maybe a stone or something, just toss across the trap where the trap is at.
In the base camp, is there any gear there we could use, like ropes and pitons?
Yeah.
Buttons?
You guys probably have a couple spare coils of rope there.
I'll grab a coil rope, some pitons. Pitons, I don't know how the word's pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Piton. Probably depends on whether you're from the UK or the US.
Oh, okay.
We're going back to base camp.
Oh, I thought we were there. My bad.
Oh,
You are. You're at the base camp.
okay. Then I suggest what we do right now is you get
One
our
of
wet.
them went ahead to look and came back.
I suggest we get out our whetstones and sharpen our weapons before we head in.
Oh, yeah.
Do any of the rest of you have whetstones?
No.
Okay.
I'll look for
If not, I'll have
whetstones.
to borrow yours.
I'll look for whetstones in the camp. I got flint and steel. That's all.
My guess is there's at least one, because I know at least one of your characters had one before, and it would be kind of weird for him to carry it in the dungeon.
So, TikTok, you had no idea who killed these or what killed your friends? Our friends, my cousin.
no, I don't. 'Cause like I said, I wasn't there when it happened. Otherwise, I probably would be dead with me.
Oh boy.
So
Well,
I
let's go.
really
in there,
don't know what had happened in there.
Did you catch that? He said there's might be a whetstone at the base camp already.
Right. So we would take time to do that, sure. That would take probably a while for all of us to sharpen our. I've only used my broadsword, so I'll work on that. I assume my dagger and axe.
Yeah, it takes 1 hour per weapon.
So two at a time, 2 per hour, because we have 2 whetstones.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. I just need for 1 hour. I'm good.
Well, if we're going to
Joe,
take
are you
two,
going to sharpen a weapon?
well, it depends. We've got a 2, and if we spend another hour, I will. But if we are pressed for time, and we want to just jump right in there, then I won't.
What kind of strategy should we use on this? I mean, you
Oh.
said, is there a pit to jump over? Is that what I'm getting? There's a pit there to jump over?
Yes.
But it's disguised with an illusion.
But I put a stick across the very edge of it where it looks like
Oh.
you can see the footprint of where somebody jumped, and then there's scuff marks and blood and movements around on the other side. So they somehow got across. I'm just, by process of elimination, I'm guessing that they jumped. I don't have a clue, though, why there's a rope that seems to go into the ceiling. I have no clue how that rope is just hanging.
But you jumped across to see them, or just looked across and saw?
No, I just looked across.
I look at the red wizard and I say, if you see a rope like that as a wizard, some kind of magic thing, I'm spitballing here, but what would your intuition tell you about what that is?
Well, I have to see it first, but I would say something along the lines of, well, it all depends. If you can walk up there and wiggle it in place, or if it's just stuck fast and it doesn't move at all, that's maybe something different. So either the rope or the stone became incorporeal for a short time, and then when everything went back to right, the stone and the rope were occupying the same space.
Wow.
Potentially. So while I'm in base camp, I will grab a handful of rocks.
Yeah.
Just nothing real heavy, just some rocks.
I guess we could all put some in our pocket just in case we need to check where we're walking. We can each throw rocks ahead of us.
Well, you can use sling stones as your amount of rocks versus carrying capacity. I believe it's 5 for a standard item. So if you carry 4 rocks or less, no weight.
There's no healing. There's no
More
healing
than
potions.
4, every 5 is a standard item.
No healing potions in the base camp.
Not that you had left, no.
Okay. All right. I've got 2 of those, so.
So I'm just waiting to see what you do for your attempt at revenge.
Well, we can't.
All right, so are we heading in?
I think we should. And we'll let the orc lead. And why don't we have an orc behind us like TikTok? And we'll let Rebar lead, and then maybe Sir Charles, and then you and me, and followed by TikTok. I mean, if it's single file, I don't know how wide this place is. So
I grab 10 slingstone size rocks.
Sure.
I have enough room in my inventory.
Yep. Larry, it sounds like they want you to lead the way.
I'm going to start leading the way. I'm just saying, hang on. Actually, I'm going to put the rope and basically say, everybody grab a hold of this rope.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to lead with the rope so you guys can see me, so
Okay.
we don't have to light this place up until we get in there further.
Oh, okay. We're
Okay.
gonna go blind.
And
I'll use my sword hand, my shield on the other. I'll hold the rope with this hand.
I'll
I'll
have,
stop when I get to that stick that I placed.
I'll have my broadsword out, but I'm gonna hold on to the rope.
So I'm going to lead the way in.
As you do that, go ahead and roll a group stealth check or influence, I suppose.
1.
7.
7.
9.
Randy.
6.
Okay. You disturb the bats, and they go flying out in the daylight.
Bad.
Well, that's fine. That could have gone worse.
Well, they know we're here now, though.
Guys, by the way, it's working
No, they
now.
went out into the daylight. They didn't go farther into the cave, right? They went
Right.
out.
Yeah.
It went out, but they still made noise.
Some.
Okay.
But
Depends
this
on how
time they
many we're
won't
talking.
drive us batty.
As you proceed, you pass through several chambers and eventually find yourselves at the entrance to the Greater Aberrations lair, with that pit trap near the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
It stretches across that hall, and so jumping across is really the way to go. And Larry has marked the edge of it with that stick. Now, currently, it is pitch black in there, so only 2 of you can see. And Larry, in the lead, holding the rope, has stopped, indicated to the rest of you to stop. And then, what do you do? The chamber is as previously described. The only significant difference is that the side chambers, which were previously hidden with illusory walls, once you get far enough into the room, are visible. There's one in each corner. Those illusory walls are not present. The one over the pit trap is. Instead, where there's 4 central pillars in the middle of the cavern, it appears to actually be a solid mass, because you, the players, not you, the characters, but you, the players, just for your information, an illusory wall has been put between each pillar pair.
Oh, okay.
Now,
So
are the side passages visible now because we've crossed a certain point in the room distance?
They would not be until you jump over the pit trap. I'm just letting you know, if you recall the layout from last time, what has changed.
Okay.
All right. So I would say very soon we're going to need to flare up.
Yep.
Because only one person here is going to be able to operate, or 2 people are going to be able to operate in the dark.
Okay. What if we have maybe Arian or TikTok hold a light source?
I can do that. I'll
So
light a
that-
torch.
I can keep my hands on my stuff instead. I mean,
I'm
my
like-
weapon and my shield.
You got a light torch and my broadsword. I'm ready.
I've got a 2-handed weapon, so I'd like to keep my hands torch free.
I got it. I got the torch.
And to answer the gentleman in chat, Captain Birds, wrong kinds of flood, or wrong kinds of hordes. Although if I had to pick, I would probably pick the Zerg. No, they are fighting hordes of monsters and beasts in the game Horde Wars Basic, which is a D12 role-playing game. Though right now they're about to fight a solo boss monster, and probably all die horribly based on last time.
Last time tells anything, yeah.
All right. So
Wave after wave of your own character corpses. Thanks.
All right.
All right. So
my character is going to walk up to where the stick is at, where the pit trap has been marked, and take his few rocks.
well, wait. Does someone have a light source lit now?
Me.
Okay, Randy's got a light source lit now.
Yeah. I'm going to ask him to come up with me,
I move up.
and then I'm going to fling the rocks across where the pit trap is at to the other side.
Yep.
And see what happens when they hit the other side.
So how far are you throwing it? 1 combat space, 2 combat spaces. How far are you guessing the far edge of the pit trap is?
Oh yeah, because we haven't actually determined that, have we? Okay, instead of flinging them all at one time, I'm going to just toss them one at a time, and start with 1, then 2, then 3.
Okay.
So
1, it falls through the floor, and then after a little while, you hear a hissing noise and a plop.
Pops.
Yep.
Okay, acid pit.
The 2 combat space one, same thing. 3 combat space, it lands and stays visible.
Okay. Now I have one more. I'm going to throw it past the last one and see if there's any further thing that happened.
It lands normally, but oddly appears to have a small amount of purple light being reflected off it.
Purple light. Okay, so if I'm going to say anything about that, it will be don't go into the light. All
Do I
right.
have it? Nah, never mind.
I
Okay.
toss another rock to try to get next to his purple one, but I'm going to try to get it just after his, so that I don't. Yeah. Just so we
in
get
the
a
same
second
combat
one.
space.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to try the same trick. Does it? Will it show me a purple light as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brandy, what do you do?
So make sure I got this straight. I can now, with my light source, if I'm at the edge of the pit where Joe and I are at, I can see across the pit, or I can't.
You can. Your light goes out 6 combat spaces.
Okay,
The
I
pit
can.
appears to be 2 combat spaces wide,
Okay,
or deep, I guess, across.
I take that coil of rope that I had. I hand the torch to Zelkron. Have him hold that for a second, and I'm going to tie a loop around it. Could I reach? Is it possible? I'll tie a loop. Can I reach one of the figures that are spiked up there? Like anchor that rope to? Like make a loop and kind of lasso and go, or is it too far away?
You could try, but they're about 12 combat spaces away.
Oh,
so you'd have
goodness
to, like,
gracious.
get over
Yeah.
there.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess is a run and jump all we got, guys. I take the notes back. I don't see anything
The
else.
rope that's hanging from the ceiling, where is it hanging from? Again?
About 3 or 4 four combat spaces away. If you're at the edge of the pit, looking into the room, it's hanging from the ceiling, and the top of the rope appears to vanish into the rock.
Okay. So it's not within reach. We'd have to jump first.
It's a rope in the stone situation. So, Randy, you said you wanted to jump?
Well, my question was, I'm looking at the guys. I'm like, jumping seems to be the only option.
Yeah, we don't have anything that would span the 2 spaces.
I think we ought to jump in the order that we got here. Send one of the orcs over first that can see, and then Brian and me, or me, then Brian, and then Joe, and then TikTok.
The only other thing you could do, what do the walls look like?
They appear to be.
Are they really smooth, or
They're smooth because they were largely caused by erosion.
Okay. That's right. I remember you saying that last time now. It'll be difficult to use them and get across like that.
It's possible to climb on that, but yeah, it would be not the easiest climb.
It'd be easier to jump than to climb across like that, I would
Probably.
imagine, if it's that smooth.
Any chance that we go back on one of the? There was a side passage or two on the way in here, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a chance we can go that way and come around to one of those. Because there's okay. Question: when I'm standing by the edge, can I see the side passages in the big cavern?
You could infer that 1 or 2 of them exist, but you don't have line of sight to any of
Sure.
them.
Okay. Then I don't want to.
Unless you like run over to a corner and look. Or
Yeah.
run over
I wouldn't think I. Well, I don't.
Could we scout? Are you suggesting that we might scout around and see if we can find a different entrance to this
That's
chamber
what I was thinking.
instead of jumping across?
That could be but there's no telling how many twists and turns are in this place.
There's another thing to consider about doing that is that if we go chart a new path around here, there could be new traps that we don't know about.
I agree. Well, I came to avenge my cousin, and I assume I see him over there.
Oh yeah, you see his body pinned upside down in a humiliating position.
Nah, that's not acceptable, man. I think we got to go get him. I don't want to charge in stupidly, but
Let's think about this. So you say there's a box around the center of the room right now that's magic?
Your character doesn't know that.
right.
That was
We just see
an
we just see what looks like a very thick column holding in the center.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Very wide. Yeah.
It looks solid. It looks solid.
Yeah.
All right. What's is it going to be an athletics check to jump across?
Yeah.
Does anybody have that as a learned skill?
I do.
I do.
I do.
Okay.
Negative.
So I would say this: the person with athletics jumps across one of them. There's the rope that's hanging down.
Yep.
And it's stuck. So maybe you could hitch an end of one of the ropes to it securely, and we just use that to swing across.
Sure. I'll do that.
Like Tarzan.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
All right.
I'm much bigger fan of swinging across.
Okay.
Roll your athletics, Randy.
Come on. 11.
You succeed. You jump across easily. you felt a wave of heat strike your lower body as you cleared the pit trap.
Oh, okay. Woo.
I'm going to jump across and help him as we go.
Sure, Larry. Go
I
ahead.
don't want
roll
him being
that.
by himself over there because we have no clue what's going on.
I turn to help grab him in case he slips. I'm gonna.
Yep.
Oh, come on, easy, buddy. Do it.
I got a 10 on athletics.
Perfect. You're both across.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and. Can I
And I have
grab?
my sword ready, and I'm ready for whatever is coming.
Can I grab the rope from this position or not?
You can. You'd have to move forward another space, but then
I
yeah.
move forward another space and try to
Excellent.
grab it.
Roll a willpower check.
All right, we'll do. Willpower. Ha ha! 1 + 1, 2. Did I make it?
No. So
Oh.
Same
Rebar-
thing happens. Almost exactly.
Rebar, you watch as he enters an area of purple light by the rope and those
Yay!
2 rocks.
Do not
And
teleport
then-
me again.
Appears to get sucked up the rope and vanish.
Oh
Okay.
my!
Holy crap!
Hey, Randy, do you remember the admonishment to not go in the light?
Yeah, but that wasn't the purpose. I wasn't going under the light. I was going into the rope.
You were getting the rope.
Come on, dude.
Okay.
My guy
Don't
doesn't
go
know
in the
anything about
rope.
the light. The light means nothing to me.
Now, the teleportation trap has been reset. So, Randy, go ahead
I'm
and
not flying.
go ahead and roll 2d6.
Lovely. That would be 10.
Okay. You take 10 blunt damage as you fall prone at right in front of the floating greater aberration in the middle of the what were actually 4 stone columns with the illusory wall.
Son of a.
What looks like one giant stone column.
Right. Okay.
Roll for turn order.
We can now see this thing.
No,
No,
you cannot.
they're behind the illusory wall.
Yeah. 7. Okay.
10.
9.
7.
Wait, who did an 11?
Me.
Anyone beat that? Because if not, Joe wins, and it's party then monster.
Oh wow. So do we hear anything
Holy crap!
apart?
I heard that. Hear him
I mean,
fall.
is there like a aberration go rawr or anything like that?
More like the clanging noise of him and of his body and armor hitting the ground, and then him going, "Oh crap!"
Holy crap!
You can hear the fear in his voice.
Okay, where does it sound like it's coming from? Ahead, above, to the
Ahead
side?
of you in that central column of stone, or past it, maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, my character's going to say, I suggest not going into the purple light. But I'm going to try to jump.
Light.
I guess I will try to jump across.
Yep.
A 10.
Yep. You're across.
Okay.
If you choose to double move, you could get to the edge of the big stone central column.
Correct. But is there a way that I can tell from what I can see now? I look up where the purple light's not shining. I don't want to go into it.
Yes.
Okay. So I could go either left or right or something like that and skirt it?
Yep.
Okay. So
It is basically, if you look carefully, there's a rune set in a alcove in the ceiling. So basically, you have to be under it to trigger it.
and okay, so is the purple light still there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I say don't go here. Don't go here. And then I'm gonna go around.
Yep.
Get my bow out, have it ready. And hold on a second. Hold, stop the press. He had the torch. Randy's character
Yes.
had the torch.
I did.
But he handed it to you.
I did.
Oh, okay. So now I have the torch. Okay.
You do.
So I can't have the bow out and the torch.
Not functionally, unless you
No.
set down the torch.
Right. There's no convenient like sconce or something to.
Not in the middle of the cave, no.
Oh,
In other parts of this dungeon, yeah, because there are other parts that were like inhabited.
Okay. Well,
Set it against the wall, upright,
He's
against
not
the
by
natural wall.
He's not
Yeah.
by the wall, unless he moves more.
Is there a gap in the floor tile where you can stick it and plant it?
It's not tile. It's again limestone.
limestone, stone that is lime. I'm going to just,
Put it behind your ear like a pencil?
yeah, I
Light your
think
hair
that
on
would be
fire
good.
as a light source.
Be like Michael Jackson. I'll take out my scimitar and just skirt the purple light and head toward, cautiously head toward the central column.
Absolutely. Next up, Randy. With Joe's help, you beat the monster.
Okay. I want to take a couple steps back. Well, how is this thing?
You're
close?
prone in front of him.
Is it close?
He is next to you.
Right next to me.
Yeah, you can see his
okay.
giant teeth.
Oh. Well, I jump up and I apply the. Can I apply the glimmer oil, or is that an action?
That is a maneuver.
I will do the glimmer oil, and I'll make it silver versus monsters.
Absolutely.
Silver monsters, and I will attack this dude with my
Cool.
broadsword. So let me see here. So when I attack with a now to make sure I got this right, adding silver gives me an extra die of damage.
Correct. Against
Okay.
monsters, which this is one.
I got you. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I got that figured out. And I do my 2 attacks and say, Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Come on. A 4 is a miss, and a 10. Is that a hit?
That does hit.
Okay, so he'll take, just 5 damage. I'm glad you guys are all rolling crits. I'm rolling dog poop.
5, what type?
Slashing silver.
That is effective. He doesn't have protection.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God, what the hell are you?
It's just a giant monster with a big central eye for some reason.
No, that's when I'm yelling at him. I don't. What the hell are you?
Okay, so I can hear that from inside whatever that thing.
You can. You
Central.
hear him yelling from inside the stone column
Does
somehow.
it sound muffled?
No, not really. It's almost like he's 6 combat spaces away from you in a open room. Well, with some columns.
What
But
does your wizard eye spy?
My elf eyes.
Elf eyes.
What do your elf eyes see?
next up is
That's so
Rebar.
racist.
Okay, I can hear him, so I'm going to skirt around the purple haze and run towards his voice.
Absolutely. So you'd get up near where Joe is, next to the big central column with a double move.
Yep. Well, I was already jumped across, so does that?
So you could, or what are you going to, when you get there, you'd have like 3 spaces of movement left with a double move. You're going to like go around or try to like push on it, or what's your plan?
Yep, I'm pushing on it. Basically, going right.
Sure. So depending on your position, I will roll, since your character wouldn't know anyway, on a D4. On a 1, you're by the left column. On a 4, you're by the right column. On a 2 or 3, you're pushing against the illusory wall. And from Joe's perspective, will vanish.
Okay.
I rolled a 4. You push against you're on the far right. You push against it, it's solid.
Of course, it's far right because it's Larry.
He is all
Everybody knows he's far right.
The dice have determined it.
Mhm.
So next up is Brian, with Charles.
I'm going to follow Rebar in, avoid the purple rune.
Yep.
And,
Don't you have to jump across still?
Yeah, I rolled an 11 for my athletics check.
Okay. You jump across easily. Once again, you also felt the heat hitting your lower body from below as you cleared it.
And I move to go to another available side to press on
Sure.
the.
You also you're in the opposite corner, also solid.
So on the corner instead of a wall.
Correct.
Yeah, because we're not sure what's going on here, so it's going to take a little time to figure it out.
Yep.
It's better to roll random instead of we could just
Yeah.
cheese it.
All right. And
But
then
you're spread out. We're spread
yes,
out.
we're not all clumped up, which is
Yes.
good for the creature.
We don't
who
know
has
that it's
area
good.
effect.
We don't know that it's good, but we're going to find out that it's good.
Yes.
We know from
and-
last time, though.
Yeah.
And
You see
Tim,
my-
what do you do?
Frozen body come blast.
Okay, I jump across. I rolled an 8.
That is a
that
success,
was
so
good.
barely.
Right.
You feel
So,
the heat under you, but you just clear it.
all right. And then I'm just gonna try to move forward. Can I see it? I can see in the dark. Am I able to see this thing now? Or
You can see in the dark. The problem is there's an actual illusion between you and Randy's character.
right?
And so as you approach, you see the others by this big central column of stone. And for some
Right.
reason, some of them are like pushing against it and look frustrated.
All right,
And you can
well, I guess
hear
I'm-
on the other side of the column the noise of Randy's character like fighting. You could hear the like splat of his blade cutting into the monster.
all right.
Very
Well,
poor.
I'm just gonna push forward and see what. I'll push on the column and see what happens.
Okay. And I re-rolled once because I rolled a repeat, and you can see that wouldn't work. You found yourself central right, and you vanish through the stone.
So it looks like he walks into the stone.
Yeah,
Oh,
looked like you walked right through it like it was a door. But it still looks like a solid stone wall. On the other side, TikTok finds himself in a vast treasure chamber, in the middle of which is the huntsman acolyte trying to fight this greater aberration by himself.
All righty. Do I still have an action that I can use, or
You do not. You have double moved, so if you have an available maneuver, you could do that. Otherwise, it's end of turn. But
Yeah.
you could, as you have a sentence or two available, let the others know what's happening.
yeah, I'll just yell out, come through the way I went. Big ugly thing in here.
Cool. Well, the big ugly thing is going to go. I think its first choice is going to be to try to bite you, Randy.
Sounds reasonable.
So I rolled 2 7s. He has a +4. So that's an 11 and an 11 to hit.
Bingo.
And dice-wise, just count his hit points here. That is 3d8 piercing per attack.
Okay, piercing.
I have 8 piercing,
So that'll be 4.
followed by 9 piercing.
Oh, that'll be. Is that 4 or 5? Round down?
4, round down.
Okay. All right. I'm still standing.
He will
17
then-
of his teeth.
Yep. He will then use a chromatic ray as he shifts positions
Yikes.
to blast you and the orc.
Oof.
TikTok, as you guys are both obviously inside of the area that he can threaten. So he makes 1 attack. I rolled a 6. He has a +4. That is a 10 to hit. If he missed you, you take half damage.
Nope. He didn't miss.
Okay. So you and Tim take
2,000 damage.
28 lightning.
Okay. That would kill me, except I'm battle hardened. When I go to 0, do not. The first time I go to
Yep.
0, I managed to stave off at 1. So I
Yes,
steal
you do.
myself, take the damage, and I was like, ugh.
You do, and the
That's just-
skull absorbs the hit entirely.
I was gonna say, is this considered a magical or supernatural attack? Right. So
It is.
I take nothing.
How did you do that?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So the skull he's fine.
Mhm.
His tattoos are glowing a bit.
Gotcha.
Now the monster is quite surprised that neither of you died.
Mhm.
And then and for the rest of you, the 3 of you outside of the area where they're fighting, you just saw where TikTok walked in like a lightning bolt shoot out.
I'm not going in there. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, don't. No, we're coming out.
And that's it for the enemy. So it is Joe's turn.
Okay, I guess I'm going to go in there. All right, so I'm going to roll in. I'm going to go in. I don't want to. Freaking so annoying having to have a light source.
Which you're holding.
Which I'm holding. I just can't use my bow. I'd rather use my bow. But, oh well. I'm going to roll in there, and I see the aberration and go, crap, and then I crap, and I have to take a short break. And say, hold on, everybody, while I change my shorts. But I saw the lightning bolt. So since I know it can shoot a lightning bolt, I'm going to try to position myself so I'm not in a straight line with these guys.
Okay.
Is that possible?
It is not possible to not be in a straight line with one of them, but with both, yes.
Or is it possible? Are there obstacles in here to get behind, or so?
There are the pillars, but if you want to move to attack him, you're going to wind up in a line with at least one of them because you guys basically are points on a triangle no matter where you are in the area.
Well, that depends on inside. So
yeah.
if everything is at like on the ground and there's nothing sticking up that you can put in between maneuver wise in between you and somebody else, then fine. But
yeah, not much. You could hide behind treasure if you'd like to potentially damage it.
Well, I'd rather the treasure to be damaged than me.
Okay.
So how far in is he when I get inside?
When you get inside, you used half your movement, and he's 3 spaces away. Like if you go straight for him, you could attack.
Okay. I will do that, and I will cast haste.
Yep.
Because this is a different day.
He will attempt to counterspell it. Actually, wait. I think he just does. Let me read that ability again. Yeah, he will counterspell it. So no haste, but he used his counterspell.
Yippee. I used my maneuver. He used his maneuver. We're even.
Yep.
All right. I will use Cursed Blade, so I don't care what it's going to be toxic damage.
Sure.
Nope. 10.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And so, and it's a silver scimitar. So
okay, so that's 2d10.
a whole 7 damage.
It deals full to him though.
Yeah. So I say, okay, I use my maneuver, use my movement, use my attacks. I don't have anything else I can do. This is not the first round of combat.
Correct. This is round 2.
This is round 2. I say, holy crap, there's a big eyeball thing in here shooting. It didn't shoot anything, but it certainly canceled my magic. Be careful.
Awesome. Randy, what do you do?
Okay, so combat-wise, is there a way to withdraw from combat or not?
What do you mean?
Can I move without getting attacked is the question.
Oh, of course you can move without getting attacked, unless you're sharing its space.
Okay, so I'm going to move back 4 or 5 combat spaces.
Are you sure you'd like to do that? You know your melee weapon was effective.
Yeah, but my 1 hit points. Well, okay, can I drink my potion while I'm up there with him?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll drink a potion, and since I'm a field medic, that's 20.
Yeah, it'll be your action, but...
Oh, well, that's all I got.
You could move.
Well, you're also an acolyte, so you could attack him and then use hold your maneuver to save your own bacon the next time you get hit.
What does that mean, save my own bacon? I don't understand what you're saying.
You have a maneuver that lets you heal someone for 10 hit points?
Yeah, but...
You haven't used that today.
No, I have not, but...
No, but we did have bacon earlier.
Yeah.
Can I drink the potion and then move out of combat?
Yeah, you can take the potion and then move out of the area and like try to hide behind a pillar. But realize this creature's faster than you, so if it decides to chase you,
Right.
Do
Well-
you have any other maneuvers besides that?
Not really. All I've got is the healing shout. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stay there. Screw it. You're right. My sword did work, so I'll drink the potion, stand there.
okay.
I forgot he killed Dominus. I got to kill this thing.
All right, Larry, you're muted.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't find my mouse, get it moving. So I'm following where TikTok walked in there, and then I'm going to go after this thing.
Awesome.
So I see it. I'm like, here I come. That is a crit.
Sweet. Is this a silver weapon?
Yes.
Cool.
So I double the crit, correct?
Yep, you doubled the total.
So that would be 34 damage.
Okay.
And then does an 11 hit it?
It does.
And that is 15 more damage.
Pretty good. Do you want to order one of the others to attack?
I'm trying to think who hits harder. If Brian's not in there yet, though, is he?
Is TikTok up there? He probably hits harder than me.
I do D10s.
Well, yeah, or you could just wait till the end of the round and assign it to any of us.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until I'm going to hold it for a couple until basically because Brian's not in there yet.
Neither is TikTok, right? Well, no, TikTok's already in there.
Yeah.
But I think, Brian, you have that long sword, don't you?
I'm the only one not in there yet,
I know that.
but I don't have a long sword. I have a one-handed axe.
Oh, okay.
You'd do equivalent damage to Randy, for example.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then Arian, you're standing right underneath of him.
Arian,
Randy?
yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm right in his face.
Okay, go ahead and swing at him then.
Yeah, wish me luck. I've been rolling like crap tonight. 4.
Is that the roll?
That's the total roll. That's my modifier.
Okay. Oh, let's miss that.
Louise.
Yeah, even with being flanking with my character, that's not going to do anything.
I'm rolling crapus.
All right, Brian.
All right, I'm going to follow Rebar in for the attack. And I'm going to swing my axe at an open, soft spot on the side of this thing.
Oh, sure. It's big. It occupies two by two combat spaces.
Man,
The first attack is a 5 to hit.
That one will miss. Wait.
Second attack,
Wait, the 5. Were you accounting for the bonus from sharpening your weapon and from flanking?
that would make it an 8.
That would hit.
Okay, so that would be 7 total damage for that hit.
Okay.
I'm not using a maneuver. Does a 7 hit?
No.
Wow.
All right. Tim, what's TikTok do?
I'm sorry, it's a 9. I didn't add the 2 for flanking, so that would be another 7 points of damage.
Okay, got it.
Flashing.
All right, so I'm gonna roll in with my pike. I got a 3 attacks, 1 miss, and I got a 9 and a 10 for the other 2. Both hit.
9 and 10 both hit.
Now we're gonna do damage. 13 and 11.
13 and 11. What's the damage type?
It's piercing, silver. Yeah,
Okay, so
13 and 24 damage.
Okay. You can tell that your piercing attacks are less effective than their slashing attacks, but you are still hurting these people.
There's just too many of them. I keep dying.
And the creature goes. It is going to. I think it will try to dominate the wizard to try to get him on its side.
Hmm.
That is a magic compulsion effect, Joe.
Which I'm immune to.
So it wasted that action. It will then move and do a chromatic blast. So it will move a little ways and blast the people who were just in melee with it. Except for TikTok, who would have been reaching, I think.
When I realize that he's doing that, can I kind of like go, no, as in, you have my, you pretend like I'm his slave, but I'm really not. I don't know if that works.
You can certainly try to deceive him. His attack roll is a total of a 14. So that would be against everyone who was just in melee with him, except for TikTok, who was using a reach weapon.
All right, that hits.
Hits.
I use my paladin ability to absorb that hit.
Your paladin ability will absorb it, yep. And it's not.
Good.
Yep.
And I
And
will do that as well.
yep. And that's so that's 10, 12, so that's 27 fire.
Can I
Fire?
use
Fire.
Yep, dead.
Can I use healing shout to try to save one of us or not?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I can only
So-
use one maneuver.
You can, but it's 27 fire coming at you. Brian, do you want to use your maneuver?
No, I don't think it's a good idea. I think I need to stay up.
I'm
Well,
going to
because
use.
the fire, you'll stay up because of your paladin ability. You could block for one of the others.
But I only get one maneuver around, right? I can't use both. Oh,
Yeah,
wait. Paladin's not a maneuver.
Correct.
Right.
It's the trait.
I block the one that's going to kill Joe, so he takes half.
Okay. So Joe will take half of the fire damage, so 13.
Okay.
And then
Can I
Randy,
shout?
would you like to save you?
Don't go down, sucker. So I'll just take 17.
Effectively, yes.
Okay. Wow. All right. I am down to 4 hit points.
Oh, I'm glad I remembered that.
Well, okay. Yep. I follow how you're at 4. I was like, hold on. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the end of its turn. Joe, you're up.
Okay. So I know casting magic at it is a bad idea because it will counterspell. So I'm going to instead. See, that only works then. That only works then. So might as well just continue with the crappy scimitar. Never know.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
So many times we've gotten a creature down to like less than 6 points, and then it would get its turn again.
So
7 misses, right?
yes. And you're accounting for your sharpened weapon?
Yep. That's 1, right?
That's 1. Yep.
And then 2 for flanking.
Yes.
So yeah, I rolled a 4 on the die. Oh,
Okay.
hold on. I'm not adding my combat.
Yeah.
That's 9.
Okay, that'll hit.
All right. Dummy. 7 misses.
Okay,
All
you
right.
have 1 hit. How much damage?
It's 2d10 of toxic. 13 toxic.
Sweet. You guys have managed to deal 100 even to it.
You gave it a serious case of pink eye.
Now, is there any shadowy hide behind type areas here?
You could move around one of the pillars because on this side you can see where the illusions are effectively. You can't see through them. You can tell they're illusions on this side.
So I'm going to try to use Shadow Stalker to hop out there.
Sure. Go ahead and roll your stealth check. You are aiming to beat at least an 8.
Oh, yeah. 15.
Okay. The aberration has lost track of you for the moment.
I like that.
I try to move for some cover if I can, like down behind some of the treasure, and I cast Slumber on it.
Okay. So probably, all right. So Slumber, it gets a
Will save a 10.
10.
Willpower.
Okay.
Yep.
It has a +5. So I'm going to take this camera.
I believe you.
You're not going to counterspell. You're not going to need to.
It made it.
It made it.
Okay, I tried. I was just trying to put it down so we could get it. All right.
Absolutely. No, that makes sense.
I got my blade ready. I'm getting ready to rush it next. I'm just leaning up against the pile of treasure. I'm going to go up and get him if I have to. If he comes to me, oh well.
Makes sense. Larry.
I'm swinging at him. I ain't running. A 9 hits him.
Yes.
Okay. So that would be 19 damage.
Wow.
And what's the damage type? Slashing?
Slashing. Yep.
Okay. That goes through for full.
9 hits him. So that would be another 17 more damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to command Brian to hit him. Because, well, Randy rolls like shit.
And I'm behind the pillar.
I was going to attack him. I was going to flank with Joe, but Joe hid.
Yeah.
I was going to rush him.
Well, I'm guessing Brian's
You're still
Brian's
flankable because Brian's right there.
Yeah, I'm coming in. I'm coming
So
in.
Brian will be in a flanking position on his turn, Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's still right there next to this thing, correct?
Yeah, but remember, it moved, so he's not next to it right now. He's going to be.
Okay. I'm going to wait until he moves, and then I am
Yeah.
going to command him to do it, just so you know.
Got it. So, Brian, on your turn, then, you'd be rolling a total of 3 attacks, assuming you want to keep attacking.
Okay, we'll do that.
Quick.
Okay, on the first attack, I got 11 to hit for 18 solar damage.
Okay.
Solar doing effective damage.
It is.
Okay. Second attack does another 11 hit for 9 solar damage. Another slash with the axe.
Nice.
And then on the attack I get from Rebar, I roll a crit.
Sweet.
All right.
And so with a crit, I get an extra die of damage.
If it's an axe, yes.
Yeah. It's a heavy weapon. And so I get a total of 13 doubled, 26 for the crit.
Nice.
So
Solar.
So what Brian just told me is doing 26 damage. I want to show you the hit points beforehand.
100.
This is how much damage you've dealt.
163.
And it had 180.
All right.
So, how would you like to describe your death blow, Brian?
I give it cataract surgery with my axe.
You insert the axe in the eye and carefully.
Radial keratotomy.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Good job, team. Good team effort.
Yeah, that went way better than last time.
Oh, yeah.
I designed this character for this fight.
Ah.
I did not, but it worked out good anyway.
So
It
you know
is.
what it's time for now,
The
right?
absorption abilities are a huge bonus.
Yeah, they're giant.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what it's
yeah.
time for now, though, right?
Loot.
Treasure bath.
Wrong. I go back out of this thing. I'm going to go find Dominus, and I'm taking him off that stake.
Yeah, we take
I'm going to
everybody.
set that right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perform
We
that-
have to give them proper burials
Yes,
back in
if we can.
Grimstead.
If
So
at
do you
all
want to
possible.
bury them or do you want to throw them in the lava pit?
Is there
a-
anything
no.
on them? Or are
I
they
asked
just,
because it gets real obvious it's a lava pit because the illusions go away when this thing dies.
Yeah, instead of
Oh.
it being acid, which what we had been saying it was,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
you said heat. I was like, oh, heat, duh.
is there anything on them? Like any of their equipment or anything that they had, is it on them or near them?
Yeah, so you guys would be able to recover the magic items they had. The rest of the stuff, the aberration threw in the pit.
Okay.
Okay.
In the lava pit.
Yeah.
So that little water pitcher.
He had no.
Yeah.
idea.
That would be there.
That's a magic item.
Yes.
I'm grabbing that thing.
What is?
A water pitcher. It basically gives me a picture of water three times a day. Or no,
Picture.
I can refill it all the time.
It can be
but I
water
can choose what
or
it is.
beer, and it will fill like a barrel worth you can pour out of it.
I
For
thought you were saying
simplicity-
something else.
For simplicity, should we take our character stuff? But what about Tim? He should get something too.
Well, we're going to be rolling for treasure.
Oh, I know.
It has its own treasure.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know. Maybe we'll give Tim two pulls from the treasure. You think, since we're getting our old stuff, or not?
I say we
fair?
give Tim a
Maybe-
nice bath in the
Maybe
lava.
roll it first, guys, because you're rolling twice. Because in the mega dungeon, when you fight normal monsters, you don't get any treasure.
Mm.
But if you beat a boss monster, you get double treasure rolls.
Ooh, fun.
So that's what's happening now. So if I hop over there and check the difficulty listed for this section, which is here.
So, lightning bracers are still good because they're magical. Blood forged, is that considered is that just a material?
Yeah.
So that's not magical.
A silver item is not considered magical, right?
Not inherently. It could
Okay.
also be magical.
Right. I don't know if I had anything but stone death leather, whatever that was.
Yeah, that's really good. That actually makes you immune from petrification. And whenever you kill someone while wearing it, their body turns to stone.
Yeah, it'd be good for you to have that.
What's the armor? Is that a 8?
No, that's clothes.
Oh, it's clothes. Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
goes under your armor.
So you guys can go ahead and roll 2 d20s each. We're rolling for treasure for the greater aberration.
Yeah, I didn't have anything. I didn't really have any treasure. I'd lost my stuff that one time.
Oh, I lost my cheese wheel.
You did.
Oh wow! I rolled a 20 and a 1.
All right. So you found a belt pouch and an artifact weapon. Joe,
18
that's a general artifact
and a 6.
and a treasure chest. Randy,
Crap. 5 and a 1.
you found a treasure chest and a belt pouch. Larry,
3 and 17.
you found 3 belt pouches and a general artifact. And Tim,
9 and a 15.
you found 2 decorations and a magic scroll or rod. Probably want to trade with Joe depending on what you roll.
Right.
Okay.
I always get decorations, it seems to me.
It's your rolls, man. It's 5% chance or so. Maybe 10. So we got coins and jewels. Belt pouches, we'll roll those first. So everybody who got 1 belt pouch, go ahead and roll 1d20. Larry, you can roll 3.
I rolled a 3.
All right. If you that's 7 pence in that belt pouch. Most of it.
Don't spend it all in one place.
I rolled,
It's Charlie Brown. I got a rock.
I rolled a 16 in my belt pouch.
16 in your belt pouch. You found 25 crowns.
Cool.
And who else had a belt pouch?
I had 3.
Larry had 3. Larry, what'd you get?
An 8, a 12, and a 20.
Okay, so the 8 gives you 7 marks and 5 pence.
Okay.
Yep, 7 marks, 5 pence.
Yep.
The 12 gives you 3 crowns, 5 marks.
Okay.
And the 20 gives you 25 crowns and 1d6 jewels. Go ahead and roll a d6 and a d20.
A 2 on the D6.
Okay, and the 20?
A 10.
So you found 2 forest emeralds worth 10 crowns each, also. So as belt pouches go, that wasn't too bad, except for Brian's. All right, treasure chests. We had 2 of those.
I had
Yes.
one.
Yep. So you each roll a d20, and weirdly, you want a 10 or a 20, probably. So see what you got, Randy.
3.
3. Okay. You found 200 marks, 25 crowns in your chest.
Okay.
Joe?
8.
And 8. 450 marks, 5 crowns. You found a ton of silver. It's 450 marks, 5 crowns.
Got it.
All right. Going down here, decorations. I believe we had 2 from TikTok.
Oh, give me back.
I had 1 decoration. I thought.
Oh,
Did you roll a
Kids died.
9?
Someone has the
Yeah, that's 2
Yeah, 2
decorations.
decorations.
Okay. I rolled a 15 for 1
Okay. So
and
I need
a
20 rolls for it. So the 15 is the first.
okay 16
All right. So you found a mage stone table and 1 more roll.
2
Engraved with bulls and the rising sun. It's worth 75 crowns. Or put another way, the table you found is worth more than the treasure chests.
Wow. Cool.
So if you guys can haul the table back to town, possibly 2-man carrying it the whole way,
Oh my
it's
god.
worth okay money. And then you got 3 more rolls for the other one to find out what it is.
Yep. Okay. So 2 a 13 and a 20.
So you found a bone pitcher worth 500 marks. So it's a bone pitcher worth 50 crowns. Roll a d6.
That is a 1.
It is etched in glowing blue dwarven runes, which provide close range illumination. So you've got a light source. That is a standard item. It's a pitcher, and it's made of bone, and it's carved with these glowing blue runes.
We need that.
Yeah, actually, it's just better, strictly better than a torch, because you don't
Yeah.
have to light it.
Yeah.
You can just set it on the
You
floor.
can sell it to some one of these 3 guys that might want it. Me, orc to orc.
Not a good idea though for the group. What about if we put you could put that in a bag if you wanted like to darken the room. You could just slip it in your bag and it would cover it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's actually a really handy item,
That is
unless
good.
you want to go to sleep at night, because it is definitely blue light. Jewelry, I didn't think we had any of that. So we are on...
That reminds me,
Hi, hon.
Todd. If it's blue light, does that mean you can read the night pen stuff with it?
not
Like
inherent.
if you write no.
So magic scrolls and rods. We had 1 roll for that, right?
Yep, I had that.
Okay, that's a D12 by a D4. So first a D12, then a D4.
Well, that is a 6
There we go.
And a 2 on the D4.
Okay, you found a scroll of acid fog.
Okay.
Which is not dissimilar from spells like Cloud Kill in D&D.
Right.
Oh,
Not the same, but can be used for similar purposes. Artifact weapons. We had one of those.
Brian.
Yeah, I had
Ryan.
one.
I have a
So-
general.
Yep, 3 D20 rolls, Brian.
First roll is a 10.
It is a pole arm.
Second roll is a 2.
Black iron.
Third roll is a 9.
Okay. This says to roll a D6.
3.
Okay. So you found a black iron pike that deals toxic damage. That's hilarious. That is really close to a thing TikTok already just does.
Poison pike.
Poison pike.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't use it. I wear a shield.
That's true. Without certain features, that is less useful for you, but for your party in general, I think not too bad to find. And then general artifacts. We had 2 of those.
I had
Yeah, Larry and Joe. So, Larry, go ahead and roll D20 and a D6.
18 and a 5.
I heard the 5. What was the first number?
18.
18 and 5. Okay. Apparently, you guys really want to solve your light problem. You rolled a Lyre of Radiance.
Is it lying about the radiance, though?
Yes. Just an illusion.
It's actually
Yeah.
dark.
You
Fine.
think you're saying.
It was false advertising.
So it's a Larry. You've got access to the Gilded server, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to post it over there because I can't post screenshots in our chat here.
Okay.
So if you want to pop over there a moment and get it, it'll be in general chat.
Yeah, I got to get out of here.
And then Joe.
Same thing, D20 and D6.
Yes.
A 6 and a 3. 6 on the D20 and a 3 on the D6.
Okay. 6, 3. You rolled for ever-changing attire. Scroll over.
That's not too bad for an assassin. So
No, it's not too bad at all.
So
You
basically,
should have that in the basic book. If not, it is also in the Gilded chat.
it's in the basic book.
It should be, and if not, it's in the basic chat, right, or in the Gilded chat right now, in the general chat. So, ever-changing attire, bulky item clothing, 250 crowns, gives you a +2 equipment bonus to your deception skill, and gives you the ability twice a day to change the clothing to match another outfit of your choice. So you can look like you're dressed as a peasant, or look like you're wearing wizard robes, or look like you're in king's royal robes, or whatever it might be. Or I don't know, decide to squeeze yourself into a dress. Whatever it might, yeah, it lets you swap the appearance of the clothing twice.
You could sneak up and assassinate people, and they would think that you're one of the workers.
Right, that would be possible. You could be like, yeah, I want to match that guard attire.
Yeah, that'll
That's
get you
perfect
into
attire.
places pretty easily.
Well, that's our first bit of equipment that gives us a bonus to a skill, I think. I don't know that we have that otherwise. Let me see. I have what is clothing. I am naked as a jaybird.
Your
Mercenary
starting
leather.
equipment gave you clothing.
Mercenary leathers.
Yeah. So you can just replace that with this, and you're in great shape.
You could, basically you could say today I'm wearing mercenary leathers, tomorrow I'm wearing traveler's gear. Just poof.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Who's good at magic? Is it just Joe or is
I can do
Yep.
supernatural stuff. So can
I was
Tim.
going to say I've got one skill point in magic as well as I'm good at supernatural. So
Just
because
supernatural.
this?
Well, if you're trained at magic, you'd have a +2.
oh, okay, then I must have a +2. Yeah,
Yep.
Because
And,
this-
and so you can use a scroll.
right. That was the whole reason why I got trained in magic was so I could use scrolls.
Yeah.
The this Lyre of Radiance gives someone this magic makes 2 attacks against targets within close range for 2d6 damage, and you can do acid, cold, fire, lightning, or sonic damage.
Wow.
It's pretty
Yeah.
tough.
It's also really appropriate for the monster you just fought because he had like higher end versions of that ability.
But I don't have magic, so it doesn't make sense for me to carry it. So
Right. Magic training because you're rolling with the magic skill to do those attacks.
right. So who
That'd be
has?
Joe or Tim. Joe or Tim.
I'll let you
I
guys
say
decide.
probably give it to Joe.
No. I got plenty of range stuff.
No, this is close range. You have to be within close range for this.
Okay.
Maybe the Scald or the Acolyte or something.
I don't have a magic training.
So remember, it glows. This is a lyre that gives you a close range illumination effect constantly, and you can use your action to basically do a cantrip that does like acid or fire or lightning or this kind of
It
thing.
makes sense for the Scald. He's also is he a musician?
Yeah,
Yes,
it does
I
make
am.
sense. But also, if you do use the lyre TikTok, you realize that your pants are going to catch on fire.
That is
I
the
mean-
drawback to it.
You guys just might have to deal with me not having any pants.
We did have a halfling character like that for a couple sessions.
Pantsless. How much money did we end up with? I was keeping track of I heard I had 200 marks and 50 crowns. Joe got a bunch of silver, I think.
450 marks and 5 crowns.
So 650.
It's still a decent amount of marks if you can
Yeah.
you can reduce
Get it out of here.
yeah, you can get it out of here.
That marble thing, I don't know how we're going to get it out of here because we can't jump across we can't. Could we tie off to that rope that's hanging, or is that rope still hanging?
I mean, you could climb. You could potentially cut the rope high up. Deal with that.
Is the rope still hanging?
Yeah.
Could we tie a rope to it, tie it around the slab if it would hold it, and then on the other side tie another rope so we could pull it? And
Oh, I see. Yeah,
swinging
yeah, you
type
can probably
rope,
do that.
boom, and get it
But-
there.
But in my opinion, that's probably a project for next session, which is
Yeah,
extracting the table
right.
and
I think
getting back to town to sell whatever.
And
things
we're going to
we
take the bodies, and can we put one body across each draft horse?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure. How are we going to carry that stupid table, dude?
We could put the bodies over the pit trap and then
That's
use
kind of a
that
ramp
to
for the
roll everything across. That'd probably work.
With my knowledge of the
Once.
faith, would
They're
it
probably
be,
all stiff right now.
with my character's knowledge of the faith, would it be heretical to give a little eulogy here and drop them into the lava pool, or would that be a bad?
No, that'd be fine. In fact, your faith encourages either internment or the burning of the corpse. They without delay.
Is anybody opposed to that? I think we should do that.
I don't know. What do
No,
they
I-
teach us in Crusader school?
Crusaders
What I
don't
just said.
Yeah.
Hey, you're the religious person here. My character is like, I don't care.
well, the priest too. TikTok.
If it's appropriate, if that is an appropriate final rites,
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I'll give those if the priest wants.
Last rites.
He would probably be the priest skull would probably be more
Right.
formal about it. Mine will be more like home.
He's a
Right.
skull. They're not formal.
I'm just an acolyte. No, he's a priest skald. I'm just an
So,
acolyte.
so Tim, do you want to perform some rites for the corpses?
Yes, I will perform last rites for all of them and
Sure. Roll
sing a little
faith,
song for them. And
Can I
roll
help?
what? I'm sorry.
a faith check.
Can I help because I have faith
Faith.
too? Or is that not,
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Do I roll if I'm helping him? Or
No, he just gets a plus.
I assist him as well.
Natural 12 on that. So
Oh,
It is a surprisingly emotional service.
touch. TikTok. That was beautiful.
Very, very formal. Very. All the procedures were done correctly. It brings tears to your eyes, especially those of you who enjoy Law and Order.
He was my cousin.
Although, Durkan was a friend, so he has somewhat heavy emotions, but Law and Order.
That's really cool. All right, so for next time, Operation Extract the Table and try to get it to town.
We might be able to. Are these pillars?
yeah.
What are these pillars? Are they just?
They are columns of stone worn by of limestone, whose sides were worn by erosion.
Okay, so it's not. They weren't like built up.
No,
So there's probably no good way to be able to like topple them over without. I mean,
yeah.
we would need like picks and stuff like that.
Yeah. Really, what you guys probably want to do is go outside, harvest some trees that are tall enough, trim off the branches, and use the trunks as a makeshift bridge.
Yeah.
That's
There's
going
nothing
to take a little time, but that's for next time. For this time, you all got 4 experience points because you defeated a very difficult encounter, and your characters survived.
Sweet.
And that'll level me up. Yay.
Sweet.
What level were you, TikTok?
I was level 2, so I'm now level 3.
Who's taking the black iron pike of toxic damage?
Well, Brian found it, but I think only one of you is likely to use it.
I can't use it, so.
I think that'll be the
Probably me.
third artifact pole arm that TikTok gets.
At the very least, we could use it in a trading situation.
That's true.
I think I've only got 2 artifacts. Yeah, I mean, I've got 1 artifact pole arm for sure. And then that would be number 2.
Someone take that picture. I wouldn't mind having the picture that
I have the water picture.
No, there was a picture for the. Wasn't there a picture that
That
was
glows?
TikTok,
Yeah.
TikTok,
Yeah, you
have
can
that.
You can have that. Yeah.
Okay. Nobody cares?
TikTok, you can take the black iron pike.
Okay. And then the lyre as well.
Yeah, I'll text you the stuff on the Lyre Radius unless you've got access to Gilded.
I do have access to Gilded, but
It's in the general chat, or do you want me to text it?
either or doesn't matter.
All right, I'll let you grab it. If you can't find it, let me know. I wrote it down. So
I don't know if anybody
All
counted.
right.
I was at 662 marks, 83 crowns, and 12 pence. If someone get a different count.
I didn't count.
Okay.
I trust your math.
All right.
So
I'm just a math teacher. I wouldn't count.
that field medic thing, how does that work?
Well, if you apply a healing potion, it's worth 20 instead of 10.
Okay, and that's all every time you do it?
Yeah, to me or
So-
someone else. Yep.
Right. So I'm going to hand you my potion. You pour
I'll
that
shove
down
it
my
your
throat.
throat.
Yeah. I was in the single digits as well.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I have,
Is anybody
4
else injured that needs
Yeah.
more healing?
I have nothing I can take today. I got to rest. I got 4.
So Randy is yes.
I can heal you, Randy. I still
I'm
haven't used my
Lord.
healing
I just
touch,
need a
so-
minute. I just didn't know.
I only need 4 points to heal up.
So what
I know
probably-
Randy was down pretty far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
give you
I'll-
a healing potion, can I, Randy?
What's that?
Can you take a healing potion?
No.
I have healing touch, so I can
Yeah.
heal for 20 hit points.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Is this near the end of the day? before we go further to Todd?
I'm gonna find out next session.
We're probably gonna, yeah, we're stopping here, I think, Larry.
We're stopping here. Next session, we'll see if you guys have encounters further in the day.
I can't help
If you
Brian.
would like to heal up now, probably your best bet is for Larry to do a rallying cry, because that'll give 10 hit points to everybody except Larry.
Oh,
Right, but that's what I was wondering. That's a once a day thing.
It is.
do it.
Yeah, so was
I'm
my
gonna do it.
healing test. So that's
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a rally cry.
I'm maximum.
Okay. And that would leave, and if TikTok also heals Randy, that would put Randy at full, I think Joe at full, Brian at full, TikTok maybe at full. If you
Yeah.
10.
We just need a minute.
I'm an orc, so I would have healed
Yeah,
anyways.
and plus you'd recover anyway.
Right.
And Larry, you'd also recover after that minute.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah,
so we're good.
then you'll all be at full. You'll just have some abilities expended for the day.
Yeah.
When we resume.
Like my freaking haste.
Yes. I mean,
That's what he would have done.
yeah.
And he had a +5 on his will save, essentially. So he probably would have just took his chances on the 1 in case I cast another spell on him. Yeah. He's was a smarty pants. Oh,
Yeah.
Is there anything we can harvest out of that thing?
Potentially, but
We'll
that
do that
will
next
also be a next session thing, because that's a multi-hour process.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see what you guys do, because if you choose to remain in the cave, there's a chance wandering monsters in the area will break the fight and come to check on it. If you choose to leave and like cut down some trees and stuff, you might encounter something in the forest. It also could be that you kind of hunker down and nothing bad happens, or something could wander into your camp, like more pigs. So there are possibilities for problems in that kind of time scale. So we'll be rolling that next time based on what you do.
Okie dokie. That all sounds good. So are we?
I
And
think-
more Rising Comics showed up. Hey, if you're still there,
Yeah.
thanks for showing up. All right. So if we are stopping here, does anybody
Unless
have any
you guys want to
parting
finish
shots?
divvying up the coin.
Huh?
Unless you want to finish divvying up the coin. Randy counted the total coins all of you collected. If you would like to divide that up by 5.
132 132 marks. 18 crowns. Now there's 2 marks left over and 2 crowns left over. And then the pence, we've got what, 5? So 2 pence with 2 left over. So it's
How about we
two
can just throw
leftovers.
all that into the community pot, all the leftovers.
We could tithe the church with it.
Yeah.
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 That'd probably be a good idea.
So that's all good.
Yeah. So
Cool.
the split, I'll put the split in there.
Okay.
And
So
Randy, you want to repeat that one more time in case anyone missed it? What their share would be
132 marks,
Yep.
18 crowns, and 2 pence. And I just put it in the thing. That's the split.
Perfect. Well, thanks everyone for playing. Thank you
Yeah.
for those who came to watch. Great to have you. And yeah, just we've been having fun playing some Horde Wars Basic. Horde Wars Advanced is scheduled to come out first quarter next year. And right now, you can actually buy Horde Wars Basic at a booth at Gen Con. It also will be getting sold in at Grand Con and at Big Geek Con. For the Gen Con booth, let me pull that up real quick if anyone happens to be watching for that.
Pointy hat.
Yep, Pointy Hat Games, booth number 2904.
Right on. Say hi to our buddy Patrick Dema. He'll be there selling that sweet stuff.
Yeah.
You actually can not to rain on Blackwall's parade, but I'm not really raining. You can also get Tragedy at Tygon's Falls also.
Yes, you
adventure
can.
for
I
LSE.
believe your book's right next to mine.
Yeah, it's right there. So
Yeah.
Might as well
many
get
of
both.
those. Well, you should get both. You only get one though. Get Horde Wars. It's super cool.
And yeah, hope you guys have a good night.
Yeah, man. Thanks, bud.
all righty. And if there's nothing else, we are going to sign off. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
See you, Brian.
Whoops, that is the wrong.